has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
What up, though? This is Michigan Wolverine livestream and the big game against the USC Trojans. We have the one, the only college football masterclass, the savant himself from the College Football Show, Ryan Gilinski. Ryan, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I am doing good. Currently making sure my laptop was loud there, so I feel bad for you guys. They had to hear an ad or so. But
Yes,
hey, I'm rocking the cowboy hat. The Longhorns got it done. Texas is back. No, I'm just kidding.
Horns down, always not a Texas show, but I do rock with the cowboy hat for you. We got the Michigan gear on as we get set for a game of two teams that are 4-1. One on the up and up in the Michigan Wolverines with their superstar freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood, and another team, USC, that is kind of spiraling a little bit after a big loss to Illinois. And we saw what Illinois did today against OSU. Was not pretty. So they are going to be trying for their lick back tonight as the Michigan Wolverines step into Los Angeles to try to keep their season rolling and their playoff hopes alive, Ryan.
This is a massive game because if Michigan goes on and wins this game, they will be 10-1 going into Ohio State.
Calling your shot?
There's no doubt about it. If they win this game, they are going 10-1 into Ohio State. Look at the rest of their schedule. Washington next week, Maryland, Purdue, Northwestern, who just beat Penn State, by the way. So that's
how about those Nittany Lions? Oh my gosh! How about James Franklin? Absolute choke artist, disaster show out in Penn State. Is he on the hot seat?
He should be. Yeah. It's just a matter of how much his buyout is.
Was I lied to when I was told that Drew Aller was an elite quarterback?
No. Yeah, you were. Because whoever told you, if that was a friend or a family member of yours, I would reconsider how much I would talk to them because they clearly do not understand ball. But Penn State, absolutely, he should be on the hot seat. James Franklin, that is. But Penn State continues to unravel. But they also have Michigan, I believe, has Northwestern, Purdue, Michigan State, and Maryland heading into Ohio State. If they win this one, this is the toughest game on their schedule. You could say it's Michigan State because of the whole rivalry thing, whatever you want to put it. But this is the toughest game on their schedule until that November, 3 days after Thanksgiving.
Yup.
But no, for right now, this is a massive game. Michigan, we'll talk about what we need to see from them tonight, but Michigan, big one tonight.
Yeah, big one for sure. And with us starting, we got about 12 minutes at least until projected kickoff, but it's going to be later than the 7:30 start, as they always say. I got a couple bets for the people. If you guys want to take what I'm taking tonight, I'm not promising you anything, but these are just the bets that I truly enjoy tonight. And it starts with the Bryce Underwood over rushing yards. I think Bryce Underwood and his legs are going to be a key factor, the way that they weren't in Norman, Oklahoma, when this Michigan team went into, the town of the Boomer Sooners, and they lost that game in their first big game. I think they have learned from their mistakes to this point, and they have to let Bryce Underwood get out and rush. And I believe we got a little live update here.
Drew Aller, out for the year.
Out for the year.
Just been announced. He was carted off.
Oh, my gosh.
I'll read what the exact injuries is when I see it, but yeah, Drew Aller out for the year.
Holy
cow. I agree to what you were saying if you want to continue.
Yeah, Bryce Underwood, this is my best bet of the day. Make sure you guys get this in before the game starts here. It's Bryce Underwood over 33.5 rushing yards. Honestly, he can do this in one rush, but I do expect him and his legs to pick up key first downs throughout the whole entire game against the Trojans. So I think 34 rushing yards is my biggest lock of the day. And then if you want to get greedy, I like the Wolverines to win tonight. Ooh. I truly do. And I got Michigan on the money line with the Justice Haynes touchdown. Potential Heisman candidate running back Justice Haynes touchdown. You got those two parlayed. It's plus 169. If you want to get a little spicy, that's what it's all about. How do you feel about those two?
I like the Justice Haynes touchdown and Michigan money line or Underwood rushing yards. I think you're absolutely right on what you said about the about going to Oklahoma, and if Michigan is like, hey, by the way, shout out Sun Cruiser. You see him on the desk, you see him on the back wall. We'll be drinking them all night long. Shout out Brendan Bomarito, by the way, our salesperson.
Smashing it.
Told me yesterday, he goes, hey, just so you know, there's 2 8-packs marked for the college football watch party show in the back room for you. So shout out to Brendan for it. But yeah, I think that going back to that Oklahoma game in Norman, Michigan mentioned, Sharon Moore mentioned it, Chip Lindsey mentioned it. He goes, we try to take the air out of the ball against Oklahoma, and that's something you just can't do. Going into Oklahoma like that, Oklahoma, an air raid offense, always has been. And since that game, you've seen them use Bryce Underwood in a variety of ways, running the football, throwing the ball more. He just had his best passing offensive game against Wisconsin. But since then, they've let the 5-star. And Underwood has played really well. To your Justice Haynes point, I think he should absolutely be in the Heisman discussion. I understand it's a quarterback award. And what we just saw out of Dante Moore and Fernando Mendoza, they're not a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, I'll tell you that right now. But Justice Haynes should absolutely be in the Heisman. It's just whether or not they choose him to be it or not.
Yeah, exactly. If they keep rushing him like the way they have been, I mean, first Michigan running back was at over 100 yards and a touchdown in each game so far in Michigan history. So big to see from Justice Haynes. Shout out Alabama. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
For real.
Yeah, big one on that one. If you're just tuning in, this is the Michigan pregame before the watch party. We will be doing a postgame as well. It is brought to you by Sun Cruiser. It's legitimately the best drink in the game right now. And you shouted out Brennan because he got us these. I'm going to shout out Avery, the Sun Cruiser rep. She does a great job. Way to keep us stacked here in-house as we have a great relationship with Sun Cruiser. And one thing I'm excited to talk about tonight, you see Michigan and the potential they have offensively. And a couple of those guys are starting to come on. You brought in a transfer. We just talked about Justice Haynes at running back. How about the transfer from Indiana? How about the big wide receiver one right now, wearing the number 1, coming off a career day against Wisconsin? Donovan McCulley taking that step up where he's making contested grabs. He is, gaining yards after the catch. Love to see that from the transfer. And then another guy, the freshman, Andrew Marsh, starting to really shine and show a great rapport with Bryce Underwood. Those 2 guys are 2 guys to keep an eye on tonight, because if they continue to step up, you're not just talking about a team that can make the playoff. You're talking about a team that can legitimately contend in the playoff and make a deep run.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm talking to our Woodward Sports number 1 wide receiver, Braylon Edwards. He told me, the sideline catch against Nebraska that McCulley had that obviously was called out of bounds. He said, that looked like a number 1 wide receiver. That looked like the Michigan number 1 catch right there. And since then, McCulley has been an absolute stud. Yes, Bluegrass Wolverine. If you're in the chat, make sure you get active. Tell us about anything, any comments, anything. He said that
Super Chats will be read no matter what.
Yes, Super Chats will easily be read no matter what. He says, Drew Eller out. Penn State might win some games now. Yes, you are correct.
I love it.
DNC ENT says, for bets, I believe this would be a bet. He says, Bryce Underwood, 200-plus passing yards is at plus 120. Would you take that?
I'm all Michigan tonight. Honestly, I'm putting all my eggs in the Michigan basket after last night's Tiger debacle. We did a 6-hour stream. We will not be talking Tigers tonight, but I will tell you right now, all of my happiness is going into this game. All of my eggs in my emotional sports basket. I'm devastated about the Tigers, but I'm putting them all into Michigan right now. If we somehow lose this game, which we are underdogs in, don't get me wrong, if we lose, I'm going to be devastated. So make sure to stay tuned for the post game. But I do like that bet because of those wide receivers there, Ryan. So shout out DNC. He's always hammering the bets home. Like I said, smash that like button on your way, and Super Chats will be read. Share this stream with all of your Michigan family, your grandma, your grandpa, your uncle, your aunt, even your USC fans if you have any, sadly. But, yeah, this is going to be a fun one tonight. We talked about those wide receivers, Ryan. Great point there from our wide receiver one, Braylon Edwards. How about these tight ends? Can we get Marlon Klein going again like he was early in the season? Can we get a little Hansen show out? Do you think with the wide receivers stepping up, it could maybe open up some plays for the tight ends?
Yeah, easily. And again, Michigan's wide receivers aren't very good to begin with. I think they lead the nation in drops or something like that. I think they've had 14 drops in the first 5 games. But yeah, I would like to see Marlon Klein, really be used. Ever since the first game of the season against New Mexico, we have not really seen Marlon Klein. I know he was kind of had a lingering ankle injury. We saw that one against Oklahoma. He was questionable in that game. But since then, he's been quiet. But with the wide receivers, I know we're going to have a first-time starter tonight in Andrew Marsh. No, not Nick Marsh from Michigan State. Which, hey, Nick Marsh, by the way, next season?
Yeah.
Come on down. Come on down. Be a Wolverine.
We'll pay you well.
But no, I think good wide receiving play. And I also think if they can get the running game going, which I think Michigan will absolutely be able to do against this USC Swiss cheese defense, it will open up the wide receivers. I think Marlon Klein more than anything. But again, and also to start this game, people can say, there's an empty stadium, no one's in there. But to calm your 18-year-old quarterback, tight end is your best friend. I could see a couple checkdowns early to Marlon Klein, Hogan Hansen, whoever it is.
Yeah, we'll see how this offense looks early. If they can run the ball, they're going to win this game. You control the clock.
Yep.
Obviously, you talked about it. USC has the offense. They have the offensive firepower. But for this Michigan team to assert their dominance, they're going to do it on the ground. And that's why I absolutely love the Bryce Underwood rushing total to pair, because you got to focus so much on Justice Haynes, where if you can get Bryce Underwood, just a split second, if they're going towards Haynes, it's going to be game over. And the same way it goes for Justice Haynes. They're thinking Bryce is going to, take the ball and run. Just gives that linebacker a split second of indecision, and that's enough for Justice Haynes to go 70 yards to the house. So this is a really big game. I'm pumped up to see this one, and we hit a little bit on our offense. Can this Michigan defense stop the USC Trojans tonight enough times for the Michigan Wolverines to come out with a W?
We've talked about, or not we specifically, but the national media, everyone has said this is the number one offense in the country, that being USC. And you could say they haven't played anybody because their best game is against Illinois. That was the best team that they played. They still dropped, I believe, 32 points it was in that game in their loss. But this is going to be the best defense USC has faced all year long. I think the Michigan pass rush, Derek Moore, Rayshawn Benny, the linebackers, Jimmy Rolder and Cole Sullivan, who I'm a really big fan of Cole Sullivan, by the way. This can be the best defense they can have. And if Wink Martindale, I think Michigan still blitzes a lot for my liking. If Wink Martindale can mix up some schemes, he can mix up different blitz packages like we've seen time and time again. I think this Michigan defense can really get to Jaden Maeva. And Maeva, redshirt junior quarterback, stellar all year, over 1,500 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 1 pick. His best weapon is Makai Lemon, wide receiver for USC. Lemon's a stud. This kid is an absolute stud. But other than that, that's really the only wide receiver that USC or that Maeva goes to is to Lemon. And if Michigan, again, if they allow Lemon to get his, could be a long night. But at the same time, as long as there's no
first
other
time, first time.
No
I'm
other.
to get this stream sense. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No other wide receivers can get going. But again, Michigan, you got to get home, and especially on third down. Michigan struggled with getting off on third down a couple times this year in a couple games.
Yeah.
If they get off the field on third down, limit the big plays, USC's offense will be quiet.
Yeah, and talking about some of those guys that can get home and have really taken steps up over the last couple weeks, I'm looking at Derek Moore. This guy came into the season looking to be that defensive end number one, and Derek Moore has truly stepped up over the last couple weeks, where you are talking about a guy that can take over a football game. And I believe Derek Moore, you're going to hear his name called a lot tonight. And he was going to be defensive end one, but the reason he's getting some one-on-one opportunities right now is because the guy on the other side, Jay-Sean Barnum, this dude has been everything that you want in a defensive, athletic, absolute freak. That is what you're seeing out of Jay-Sean right now, and he can just take over a game, destruction on the outside. If he's on a one-on-one, he's got the speed, he has the power, and he has the elusiveness to get to the quarterback. He wasn't playing defensive end against Oklahoma, Ryan. So I do think that's going to be a big point in this game on the road to take these USC Trojan fan base out of this game early. And I honestly think I'm expecting a lot of Michigan fans there in LA to come out to this game. So
they typically do.
I think Barnum is going to be a big factor as well. So the two guys on the edge getting to the quarterback, you're going to see a lot of them tonight. hopefully early and often.
I do want to touch. Lastly, you mentioned Jayshon Barham was not in the game against Oklahoma for the first half. Again, still BS targeting call. But anyway, Barham, since they moved him from linebacker, he started linebacker last year for Michigan, started this year at linebacker. But since they moved him to edge, because I think Barham is a horrible linebacker, but you put Barham at edge, that's where Barham needs to be, and that's where
he's a horrible linebacker.
Yes, he's a very bad linebacker. You put him at the edge, that's where he makes his money. Barham, the best linebackers on this team, Cole Sullivan and Ernest Hausman. Those are the best.
Yep.
Those are the best linebackers. But Barham, moving him over to edge, Barham is a stud, and that's where he makes his money. And Todd McShay mentioned a couple weeks ago, he goes, there's a reason why that the Michigan defensive line, a lot of the defensive line and linebackers, that front seven, have a ton, and I mean a ton, of high NFL grades. I'm talking Rayshon Benny. I'm talking Trey Williams.
Yep.
I'm talking Derek Moore. I'm talking Sullivan, Barham, and Hausman. There's a reason why, because those guys are going to be on Sunday, and they're going to be making impacts for their team. But again, if they can get to Maeva early, they can get to him on third down, it's going to be a long night for the Trojans.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned a couple guys in the middle there with Rayshon Benny. He's been taking a big step up this season. I think he can impact this game in terms of the run. Can he take up 2 blockers? Can he let those linebackers cook? You're going to see it tonight, hopefully, with how this game is going to, portray. I think it's going to be a tale of 2 offenses, but I do think Michigan has the better defense. So if the number 1 quarterback and, 5-star, the number 1 recruit, QB1 that is, Bryce Underwood
Love the
can
shirt, by the way.
stay away. Thank you. If Bryce Underwood can stay away from turning the ball over, Michigan Wolverines are going to be in a big spot where they can capitalize and take advantage of this USC team. That's going to be the biggest thing here. I'm truly hoping for a great game, and let's see if this defense can step up big time.
Yeah, they clearly are not starting at 7:30 like they said. This might not be till
I told you. I think it's going to be 7:40, 7:45. I'm going to try to get this scoreboard going while we figure it out.
Yeah, and another thing to mention, because I think it's worth the talking point, especially about what happened last week out on the West Coast, Penn State going to UCLA, UCLA getting the win, and then, hey, for you Spartans in the chat, how are you guys doing? You guys just lost to that bum UCLA team today.
I don't know how many Spartans are going to be in this chat.
I
think they're at the bar probably drinking away their misery right now, Ryan, because that was a disturbing performance from what the Spartans put up against UCLA. And I think Jonathan Smith, that might have been, that's the nail in the coffin. 100%.
There was someone in the chat that was a Spartan. I forget. My apologies for not reading your comments. Could not find it, but it's worth mentioning that Michigan traveled to LA Thursday. They left middle of the day Thursday, middle of the afternoon Thursday, got to LA, practice at the Chargers facility. Harbaugh told Tyrone, he goes, hey, come a day early, get used to the time zone, get used to the environment, and I'll give you a spot to have a team practice on a Friday before, because most of these teams, Braylon Edwards even mentioned it when he traveled out to Oregon, that they showed up on a Friday night and then they had to play the next day. So we see the Wolverines coming down the tunnel, Underwood, and he's got them loose. Hey, this is one of my favorite jersey combos from Michigan, is the blue pants and the white jerseys. That's one of my favorite combos. But Michigan, does Underwood have a grill? I think he had a grill.
Did he?
I think so.
Might. I mean,
I think he did. Anyway, but no, they got there a day early. Michigan did, so they're adjusted to the time zone, because the time zone does play a factor, I think, a little bit. And again, this game is being played at 4:30 p.m. West Coast time, so this is not a night game. It'll get a night game towards the end of the game. But Michigan, they got there a day early. They're adjusted to the environment. But that's just something. Yeah, Danny G in the chat says Michigan State may be cooked. May be cooked. They are cooked.
Yeah, for sure they're cooked. I'm getting this scoreboard going right now as we are speaking.
Yeah, we
this one's fired up here, Ryan. I got to ask you a question.
Okay.
with all the hype through Bryce Underwood and what you've heard coming into the season, obviously a 5-star quarterback out of Belleville, state champion, talking about the next, he was compared to Vince Young and Josh Allen and every single thing from all the highest, regards, MVPs, former, top quarterbacks in NFL or college football history. What have you seen out of Bryce Underwood that's impressed you the most so far? And what have you seen where he truly needs to work on to take that next step as a freshman?
I would say his maturity really impresses me. I think he's out there loose. He's himself. He's mature for a young age. If you look back at that Oklahoma game right before the game, Michigan came out in the field first. Oklahoma came out second. And Underwood was feeling the environment. He was hyping up the crowd as the Oklahoma team came out onto the field. He wants the moment. Who's worse from Chase, Penn State, or Michigan State? Michigan State's worse. But I would say he's very mature for his age. I think he surprised me in terms of some of his passes. I think some of his passes are really impressive. And I think there was a couple that Donovan McCulley back shoulder pass on the far sideline against Wisconsin was really impressive for me. That 2-minute drill he led on that third down against New Mexico, really impressive throw. But he's really impressed me that way. And then in terms of what he needs to work on, I think sometimes he needs to work on that intermediate stuff, that intermediate routes, the little touch on the ball. I think sometimes he gets very Joe Milton-esque and just those 90-mile-per-hour fastballs at his wide receivers.
I agree with you.
And again, his wide receivers aren't that great outside of McCulley. We saw Marsh have a big game, his coming out party against Wisconsin. Hopefully we can see that today. But other than that, I just say he's really mature for his age, and he's surpassed my expectations because I did not have high expectations for Underwood coming into this year. I truly didn't. I didn't think an 18-year-old quarterback would be doing as well as he's doing. I know he's not going to be a Heisman Trophy winner. I know he's not this elite passer who's already thrown for 2,000 yards. But he's played well. And again, this is a Michigan team that has not allowed him to throw the ball until really last week. So he's really impressed me. But what I'm looking for in this game, which we're going to have to get to our predictions real quick, is how is Sharon Moore? How does his team look different with Sharon Moore? Of course, there's all the question marks when he was out that Michigan looked a little bit better offensively. Does he hold Underwood back? That's what I want to see. All right, they're in kickoff. What's your prediction?
Prediction is 35-31 Michigan.
35-31. I'm going to go – this is a tight one. I'm going to say Michigan 31, USC 28 as the kickoff is underway. Michigan.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, Blue. Come on now. Always taking it out. Ow.
It's like a pretty good return. Again, USC will have the ball first. But no, a couple predictions. Braylon Edwards told me yesterday that his prediction is 29-23 Michigan. As he said, it's going to be an ugly one. Again, there was no Woodward Wolverines this week because of the Tigers Game 3 game, which, by the way, every Tuesday night, Woodward Wolverines live at 7:30. We're currently getting the scoreboard ready for you. But Justin Satawa, who's on the show, he said that Michigan will live and die by the ground game.
Yep. And let's see if the Michigan Wolverines can stop this ground game of the USC Trojans to start things off here. 4-1 Trojans. Michigan came into this game as an underdog, Ryan.
It's a good day to be an underdog.
Got this scoreboard up here.
It's a good day to be an underdog. You think of Oklahoma losing. You think of Oregon losing. You think of Penn State losing. First play of the game. Ooh, run right at the middle, but Ernest Hausman. By the way, I was not familiar with Ernest Hausman's story until the Oklahoma game. Coming over from Uganda, getting adopted.
Yep.
And then I knew he went to Nebraska as a freshman. Hey, we got a USC grad in the chat.
All
Xavier
right.
D, shout out to you. We also got a U of M dad who wishes us good evening. Good evening to you too, Greg-2025. Jake says lots of Cardinal and gold in the collie. Yeah, just by the looks of it. There's a screenplay.
Oh, blockers in front.
Yeah, it'll bring up a third down, and that's what I actually watched a little bit of film from Connor Stallions of all people. He posted a video on Twitter, and he said one of the main plays that USC uses in their best play is the screen game. So that's something to look out for. Is there's the quick and early 3rd down and 1. We talked about Michigan having to get off the field on 3rd down, and they'll have their first test here. Again, we could do a little bit of play-by-play. I don't think it's
Oh, hell yeah. Love the
necessarily. It's Maeva with the give.
Rock
yeah, that's
with
first
the
down.
play-by-play.
Huh?
I said rock with the play-by-play. You got this? Hell yeah.
Rock with the play-by-play. All right.
Yeah, I'll do a little bit of color in here. Sorry about the chat being a little mute here. Don't mind me. I'm trying to get the scoreboard going for you guys. Yeah. Not the most technically sound here for the beard. Just kidding. That's a joke. All right. First down, USC. Not the start you wanted from the Wolverines. Looking to take this down. 2 minutes already in their first drive as they got the first down. Barnum on the outside. Derek Moore on the other side. Let's see if these D ends can dive into the USC quarterback. Barnum.
Yeah, it's that little. Yeah, it's that little screen game, the little short passes. Again, Michigan's really aggressive. Wink Martindale's very aggressive as a D coordinator. And USC might use that to their own advantage in terms of using that aggressive with a little short passes. We'll have to see the chess match between Lincoln Riley and Wink Martindale's. They're back to throw again. Maeva. Wow.
Whoa.
Down the field.
Yikes.
And that's a quick start from USC, already into Michigan territory.
This is the second week in a row where we've seen this out of this Michigan Wolverines defense. Not able to keep up with the times on this one. Let's see if they can truly step up here. They're going fast, and they're moving already, rushing the ball up the middle. Big positive gain.
Yeah, a couple runs early from USC, and they've been able to move the pile. We got to look at the Michigan defensive line starters: Barham, Rayshon Benny, Trey Pierce, Derek Moore, and then the linebackers Rolder and Hausman. Hey, Rod Moore's starter today.
Let's go.
Shout out
Moore.
Rod Moore.
Maybe
by the way, I can't really see, but I'm wearing a national championship shirt. The game-sealing INT back in that game. Shout out to you, Rod Moore. Absolute dog. And had a pick last week against Wisco.
Let's go. 4-1 running back.
Oof.
Damn.
Yeah, they are
Holy shit.
moving Michigan early. Again, it's also first drive. We saw that against, Oklahoma. We saw Oklahoma march on the field on their first drive. Rushing efficiency, wow. USC, 6.4 yards a pop.
1 second here. I'm letting Jeff in.
Oh, you are good? Yeah, shout out Jeff, by the way. Yesterday, him and Nick and Anson, long a Tigers watch party. But they did a great job with it. Maeva, play fake, rolls out wide, fires, little dump off inside the 10. That should be a first down as Rod Moore on the tackle.
No touchdown?
No, I believe they're inside the 10, though.
All right, time to dive in. We have the one, the only Jeff joining us.
Shout out, Jeff!
MVP Jeff.
Jeff, I still need a new pillow, by the way.
As a TD.
I still need a pillow, by the way. Hey, you might have to turn on your mic over in the soundboard, by the way.
Shout out, Jeff.
Shout out,
joining
Jeff.
us. Big time help last night as we got three-man crew tonight. This is it. We got the USC Trojans driving 69 yards, almost 5 minutes already. This could be a big stop to hold them to 3 so they don't gain all of the momentum. Rush up the middle. Looks to gain 5 yards, 4 yards on the play.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the Indiana fan base. Hey, shout out to you guys. Got a win here tonight. But no, this is again, if Michigan could force a field goal here, that would be huge. But again, USC first drive of the game, and they're marching down the field already at the 2-yard line, 2nd and goal. This is the number 1 offense. Oh, this is a Wildcat. And it's straight up the middle.
Go! Come on, big stop.
That's my guy right there, Cole Sullivan. Oh, no, it's Jimmy Rolder. Jimmy Rolder. I forgot I mixed up my exciting whites right there from the linebacking core.
Exciting whites. Yeah, big stop there. Completely took out his legs. That is a big time. 3 people driving him down. Cole Sullivan was on
Nate Marshall's
first.
on this too.
Love to see this 3rd and goal. This could be a very big momentum swing here if the Michigan Wolverines are able to come up with a stop at the 2-yard line. Are you thinking they do another quick pass, or are they rushing the ball here?
I think they're going to go quick pass.
Play action.
Wide open. Wow, that was
cooked.
too
Hill?
easy. Yeah, Jair Hill. That was I think you and I could have thrown that touchdown pass.
Horrible.
That was too easy. Jacoby Lane with the 2-yard touchdown reception, and USC, just like that, marching down the field with a touchdown. Yeah, Jair Hill just got out-physicaled on that one. That's too easy. Went on the outside, and Jacoby Lane moves onto the inside. Easy pitch and catch. And now we get to see the 5-star after this kick.
Yeah, that's not what I expected out of this defense to start the game. I mean, obviously USC's at home. You're on the other side of the country, but you cannot allow them to just march down the field the way they just did today. Jair got extremely exposed on the outside. Easy pitch and catch there by the Trojans. And if you guys are just tuning in, we appreciate you guys. Michigan Wolverines versus USC live watch party here at Woodward Sports. That's Ryan Gilinski. We got Jeff just in the building. Shout out to Jeff. I am your host, Nicholas Kohloff. We got the scoreboard that should be popping up here shortly. And we got the Wolverines finding themselves in a 7-0 hole early. Not what you want to see on the road when you are starting the freshman quarterback trying to win a big game as an underdog.
No, that is not how you want to start. That's exactly how they started against Wisconsin, how they started against Oklahoma. But how does this team respond? How does Bryce Underwood respond? Which I do want to touch on that real quick. But before I do that, shout out James Smith in the Woodward Sports Chat. He just sent a $2 super chat like 5 or 10 minutes ago. He didn't have anything read on it. He just sent us $2. But underneath that super chat, he said, "Go Big Blue." That's, I imagine, what his super chat would be. But hey, you get those super chats in, you smash that like button. But yeah, thank you for being here. And so I did just see on that last drive, Nate Marshall in the game, which I believe that will burn up his freshman year red shirt. They've already burned up a ton of freshman red shirts. Do you like Michigan using the amount of freshmen, true freshmen, Nick, true freshmen? There's a lot of them. Do you like that Michigan's using a ton of youth, or would you rather it be a little bit more veteran-like?
I'm digging it. I am digging the youth movement. Unlike the sorry, we're trying to get the scoreboard up for you guys. Unlike the Red Wings with the youth movement, where I don't have a lot of faith in them making the playoffs, this Michigan team is built for. They're building into the future. What's up? 13. I don't have headphones in.
Yeah, we do not have headphones in, Jeff.
If you mute yourself on 13, we're showing you guys a little break in the third wall here. If you mute yourself on 13, you'll be good. Shout out, Jeff, for pulling up. If this Michigan Wolverines team goes youth movement, I'm thinking about year 2, Bryce Underwood. I'm thinking about year 3, Bryce Underwood. I'm thinking about this team legitimately not just being in the playoffs, but being a contender for national championships by the time these guys are sophomores, by the time these guys are juniors. That's why I do agree with the youth movement 100%.
And they kind of have to. I mean, Harbaugh left the cupboards bare, whether you want to agree with that or not. With the only guys they had left were 2 D tackles, a tight end, another defensive end, and 1 running back in Khalil Mullins. Left the cupboards bare. I still view this year as year 1 for Sherrone Moore. He was behind the 8 ball to start the year. All the quarterbacks were gone on the transfer portal by the time he took the job at Michigan. And by the way, One Pride Forever says, we're missing Jackson Dart. I was today years old when I found out Jackson Dart started at USC. He started his collegiate career at USC. Wow. But I do like the youth movement, to your quote, as there is one of them right there with Andrew Marsh. But no, there's a lot of freshmen. Marsh, Elijah Dotson, Underwood himself. Jaden Sanders is one of them. Shamari Earls has been out there. Nate Marshall has been out there.
Yep,
there's a lot.
We see Bryce Underwood, the big 5-star freshman QB1, taking the field in L.A. I'm looking at those stands, and they are not full. It seems to me that Lincoln Riley does not have this fan base all the way bought in. Let's see if Bryce Underwood can silence the few early. Let's see if they can dominate on the ground and hit to their wide receivers for the second week in a row. Justice Haynes, play action. Hits deep. A lot of hands there by 17, no call.
I don't mind that, though. I don't mind the play call, the little play fake. Again, 59% completion rate for Bryce Underwood. If you take out the drops, which there's a lot of them, you take out the drops, he's probably at a 65% completion percentage rate. But I like that play, trying to get your number one wide receiver active early, a little quick hitter. It's going to keep the USC defense honest for sure. But again, I think it's going to be the Michigan ground game that ultimately wins them this game.
Greg says run the ball, not agreeing with that first play call. Would like to see a dominant run. Good push on the line. They catch up. Justice Haynes makes the first guy miss, but runs into the second guy immediately as Bryce Underwood had to check down there. Doesn't look like separation from the wideouts there, Ryan. 3rd and long to start after giving up a touchdown. This is not how we drew this one up to start this game at all. Yeah, don't feel great about this position for Bryce, but if you can get him out of the pocket, maybe get a wide receiver crossing. If he has them there, let's go. That's great. But if he can maybe run for this first down.
Yeah, not to start their behind schedule here.
Loading up the line there, Ryan.
Yeah, they are. They're showing blitz. Oh boy, that's not how you draw it up. That's a brutal start. So a 3 and out. They give up a touch. They give up a touchdown and then 3 and out. That's not the way you need to go. But I do want to mention Giovanni El Hadi is back and fully healthy. You saw on the field he's starting here today. Again, the Michigan offensive line play. I'll ask you, Nick, if you like it. But for me, not a huge fan of the Michigan offensive line so far this season.
No, they haven't been great. We got Charles Hicks. Bryce is a bum. Terrible play calling. Red Wings losing 2-0 OFC.
I was just about to read that one.
Yeah, Red Wings are in trouble 100%. But the Michigan Wolverines are in trouble right here as they are down 7-0 early. Yeah, I think that's what happens when you don't complete that first down pass.
Good tackle, Joe Taylor. That's a good
I
one.
don't love that play call, Ryan. I would like to see an easy pitch and catch out of Bryce Underwood. That ball on the outside one-on-one situation to the big wideout. I do get that you want to be aggressive getting the ball to McCauley for the second game in a row, but that's not really a high completion percentage type pass out of Bryce Underwood on the outside. You get him going early, I think you're going to be set up for better success. And they go to the big
Hey, shout out our guy, Jeff.
We got everything rolling here. Shout out, Jeff. And we have Bryce Underwood, who just wasn't able to come through there. But he was put in a bad position, too. So I don't hate that, but yeah, this is not the start that you wanted at all. You didn't run the ball once, and you have Justice Haynes, who's rushing for over 100. You got Jordan Marshall. You have Bryce to use his legs. You're not going to win this game throwing the ball 40 times at USC. I'll promise you that.
No, I think they're going to go back to the ground game on the second drive, and rightfully so. I mean, USC, this defense, not very good. If Aiden Childs can throw for 200 yards and a couple touchdowns against USC, I think the 5-star second coming of Jesus Christ, Bryce Underwood, could do that as well. But, hey, shout out our guy, Jeff. I don't know if his mic's on or anything. I was going to ask him how he's doing on this fine evening. But he's locked in over there.
Locked in. We got the scoreboard for you guys. Let's go.
We'll get Jeff a little bit more acclimated in the show after he's all settled in. But no.
Shout out to Jeff for being here. Ryan, not a hot start. This is bad. To start this game off, I think you need to
end the season now.
End the season. I mean, yeah, the microwave over here. Yeah, I think you have to not allow USC to score another touchdown. If you hold them to 3, it's one thing, but if USC comes marching down again on your defense, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, if this game gets to 14-0 early,
yeah,
you're going to have to see Michigan. I don't want to necessarily say they'll throw the ball. They'll have to throw the ball a ton, but you might have to start dropping back and slinging it depending on how the run game is working. Again, it's still early. Each team has only had one drive, but so far, a little bit rough for the Wolverines.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled right now from what I've seen, but it's just the play calling right there I don't agree with, and we'll see if we can get it going. Yeah, let's see if we can do it, but Michigan's defense looked brutal on that first drive, and their offense looked brutal. So just not the start that you want to see, obviously, out of this Michigan Wolverines team. I'm not going to say this game's over or anything. We got some people
Season's
in the chat.
over. End the season.
Underwood needs
end the program.
And Underwood needs coached on how to touch the ball. Sharon needs to run the freaking ball. from Randy. I'm not going to think Michigan's coaches are getting, you know what? Time to move on from more? Question mark, just a fan. Same thing against Wisconsin, says Splodes. Yeah, you're seeing a lot of the not hot start again, so we'll see how they bounce back. Second drive here, USC drops back, gets it to the wide receiver quick. It looks like that is the game plan for sure out of the USC Trojans. Quick passes against this Michigan defense, not allowing those defensive linemen to get home, and they are cooking our corners right now. Just a simple, easy slant route there. Really opened things up for the Trojans. Derek Moore probably would have had the sack there, but yeah, USC is absolutely locked into their game plan of getting the ball out early against this Michigan defense. Only 7 minutes and 20 seconds left already in this first quarter. Yeah, USC's offense is basically leading the Big Ten in every single offensive category.
Yeah, it's a very potent offense. But yeah, I think the Michigan, they're a super aggressive defense. They love to blitz, and USC is using that to their advantage offensively, just with all the little check downs and little dink and dunks down the field. But eventually that will open the deep shot, and that's where Maeva and Makai Lemon thrive.
Yeah, tough spot here. We got Spo. They are not a playoff contender. That's hilarious. It's been a couple drives. Y'all annoying fans need to chill from Jay. Jay, we are reacting to the game.
Hey,
live.
damn.
Barnum, pull him back.
That's definitely a third. Oh, that's a fourth. That was third down. I didn't realize
Fourth.
that.
Come on, fourth down. Make
He's
him punt
short.
it.
He's
Barnum
short.
just blew up that play. They are marking him a yard short. Let's see if Lincoln Riley has the kahunas to go for it. Barnum
That left
cooks him in
tackle
the back,
whiffed.
plants his legs, drives him back. What a play from number one on the defense. And this is why NFL scouts are just gushing, as it looks like Lincoln Riley's taking a timeout, maybe challenging the spot here. But that
He's
is
definitely
why
short.
NFL scouts are gushing about Barnum's potential at the next level to be a big-time defensive end.
Yeah, they are reviewing. I do believe it is a challenge from Lincoln Riley. But yeah, you are completely right. Barham was a stud. He was a stud at Maryland before he got to Michigan. And there was a reason why Sharon Moore said, right as Barham got to Michigan, transferred from Maryland to Michigan, and Sharon Moore said, every time we played against Maryland, I was always so pissed about because we had a game plan against this dude. This dude is so good, and we finally have him on our team. I still think that's short. I still think the ball is on his left, in his left arm. I don't think he crosses the plane, but Hillman was in there. Barham was in there. Yeah, I still think it's short. Is you kind of who's got that left arm in there? I think that was Barham who stuck with it the whole way. I think he's short. I still think he's short. Hey, also, let's give a couple shout-outs out. John Effie Lore in the chat says Ryan and Nick is killing it on the desk. And Jeff coming in clutch with the help. Shout out, Jeff.
Big time.
Hey, are you all set in, all settled in?
Yeah, I think we're all set now.
Got the mic'd up going?
Yeah.
Jeff,
Yeah,
MVP
we're set.
last night, without a doubt. We had 1,500 likes, 50,000 live viewers, or 50,000 total views last night on the
Shout out,
Detroit
Jeff.
Tiger stream. We're going to need about 50,000 more. Let's go, boys. Just kidding. But share this with your Michigan friends. Share it with your USC friends, football fans alike. Pitch to the outside. Oh, false start. Timeout. Oh, USC calls timeout, regretting their decision. I liked Michigan odds to stop that one.
Yeah.
Classic Lincoln Riley trying to get cute with the fourth down call there. Let's see this. Shout out everybody in the chat. Smash that like button. Already almost
And
at
that's what Sharon's
100
upset with.
likes. We got 228. You guys watching live, breaking it down with us. I'm salty. I'm a Buckeye fan, and I want Michigan to win, so I feel even better when we play y'all. Michigan won't win a big game from Mac.
Michigan need a real coach also from Mac.
Splode says, "Are you watching on Peacock?" We
No.
are not.
It is on Peacock, but it's also on NBC, just straight up Channel 4. But Sharon was upset on that one, and rightfully so, simply because Michigan was going to stop that play. They were gonna light that up, and Michigan would have been in great field position to start the next drive, could potentially tie the game up. But if I'm Lincoln Riley, I would just punt the ball. I honestly would just punt the ball.
I sure as hell hope so. I don't want this drive to keep
He ain't
on
no
going.
MCDC. He ain't no ding. Hey, by the way, full Lions coverage all day tomorrow with first to the whistle early in the morning. I'll be here again with Neil and Sean. I'll basically be in Jeff's role for Neil and Sean on a pregame show, 10:30 to 12, and then obviously watch party Sunday night football later on tomorrow. But hey, Woodward Sports, we got coverage for Michigan football all season long. We got coverage for the Tigers.
Yeah.
The Red Wings.
Don't remind me.
The Red Wings still have coverage. Justin and Spenny and Simeon are doing a good job with that. But yeah, Kool-Aid also with the Pistons. We got Lions coverage. That's always on lock for us. But
always.
But hey, send in some super chats as well. Continue to smash that like button. We still are not at our poll goal of 150 likes. We're currently at 106. Shout out to you, 106, for smashing that like button.
Yeah, this could be a big stop here for Michigan to involve a 3-and-out already against this USC Trojans team after giving up a big first drive where they scored a touchdown. So if Michigan can bounce back here, I'm going to feel a lot better about their odds on winning this game. People say you're overreacting. Well, one side looked awesome to start and the other looked like dog shit. So sorry to break it to you. I'm going to react that way. Yeah. Michigan has to keep it going. Shout out to everybody. Mac says 2K on Michigan, LOL. I don't know if that is serious, but I pray for you. Get some help if you're putting 2,000 on a bet.
The Michael Jordan meme.
Unless you built like that.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it. If from Jay, if Michigan loses tonight, it's Riley Green's fault. Yeah, it's completely on Riley Green in this game.
Oh, God.
But if... Again, I still have a little bit of this feeling because before the season started, I marked the Oklahoma game as a loss. I marked the Ohio State game as a loss. I also marked the USC game as a loss as well. And would a 9-3 Michigan team get into the playoff for you?
No, I don't think they would. I do love the big, block M and everything that it comes with because they do get seated higher. They do get, the benefit of the doubt. 4th and 1, offense still on the field after the long timeout. They got the ads rolling in for USC and Michigan. 4th and 1. We got Derek Moore short side here.
Are they going to just try to get him to... Oh, no,
Didn't jump. Blows up the play in the back end. Not able to bring him down. Number 7 misses another tackle. 3 straight missed tackles. He's still going. This Michigan team cannot do this against the USC Trojans. I cannot believe they just got that first down.
Yeah, neither could I. I mean, they had that red. Barham was in there originally. Metcalf had a shot at the tackle. Yeah, that's Brandon Hillman. Yeah, he sucks.
That's
Barham,
Hillman right there.
Yeah, you got to make that tackle, Brandon Hillman. I'm sorry,
God.
You have to make that tackle. And that's why I'm not a fan of Brandon Hillman. I think he's a very dumb football player, and he misses a lot of easy plays. He makes the smart plays, and he never does it. But, again, that's a big missed opportunity for Michigan because you talk about starting off in plus
high
territory.
Throw, catches it. Oh, God, that's such a big play that they did not stop the USC Trojans in the backfield. You got to make that play on the road. They go for it in their own territory on 4th and short. You got him beat, and you miss the tackle? You got to be better than this. You got to hold them to 3 on this drive.
Yeah, you absolutely have to. I mean, this Michigan team, one thing that was really good under Jim Harbaugh's teams is they were able to tackle really, really well. And since Harbaugh's left this year and last year, they cannot wrap up as well as they used to.
We got a wide open receiver on the right side there, and they go that way. What is this defense doing? We got 2 high safeties playing deeper than they're sitting at the goal line, it looks like here. What in the hell is going on with this Michigan defense? Wink Martindale looks completely cooked. The guy had 15 yards of separation. Sorry if it seems like I'm going crazy right now, because I am. You had 2 wide open guys, could have thrown it to either. What is going on with Wink Martindale in this Michigan football defense?
Yeah, Martindale, he needs to figure it out and figure it out quickly. This is 8 of 8, 85 yards, 1 touchdown already for Maeva. He is cooking us.
Shout out to Alan Nelson in the chat. Woodward Sports. Nick is the GOAT. That's it. Nick's the GOAT.
That's a great chat.
I'm glad I got to meet you in April against Baltimore. Alan, I remember meeting you. It was a pleasure. Always say what up if you guys see me out and about. I will say hi. We got 55-17 says Atlanta, USC. Atlanta, it's looking like maybe a 63-0 right now the way that these teams are playing.
Yeah,
I said I wasn't going to get worked up today, Jeff. This team is already killing me.
Yeah, Jeff, this could be a rough
How you
weekend
feeling
for
over
us.
there?
I feel good. You know what? I'm not per se a Michigan fan.
I didn't think you were.
I'm a Michigan State guy.
Yeah.
So I've been pissed off all day.
We'll get to that maybe on a break and get some feelings out of you, Jeff. Sound good?
But you know what? I root for Michigan when they're going against other teams.
Throws it deep. Left sideline. No flag. No flag. No flag.
I definitely want them to beat USC here.
Ryan, what'd you see on this play here?
Again, I believe that's Jair Hill, dude. He's just continuing to get burned. Jair Hill gets burned again on that one. But again, so far, Michigan, can you do something here, please? Like, Martindale, wake up a little bit. Can we get a stop here? It's 3rd and 7. You must get a stop here inside the 30. Force a field goal. 10-0 looks a lot prettier than 14-0 down early in the first quarter. Maeva drops back, pressure, dink and dunk, and they pick up the first down inside the 20, inside the 15. Big time, it pulls out, and it's picked up by the Wolverines. Derek Moore! What a big play as the Wolverines force the first turnover of the game. And I believe I was just giving him crap, Jair Hill, and Jair Hill forces the fumble. Way to wake up, Jair Hill. Way to finally make a freaking play. And the Wolverines.
Doctor order, baby.
Exactly. And the Wolverines will get the ball right back. No damage done. But again, that is another dink and dunk play that USC converts as a first down.
First down, Wolverines. Let's go, baby. Great job. That is how you swing the momentum. You're on the road. You're getting beat up and down the field. USC is owning you in every level. All it takes, one, boom, football loose. Michigan Wolverines end up on top of it. Great call on that, Ryan. Great to see from these Wolverines, and I'm all the way back. Let's go. Would you like to see a deep shot, or is it establish the run after this?
I'm definitely establishing the run. Apparently we're like 2 minutes behind from the chat. So thanks, guys. Please.
Do not over.
They never try. I was happy.
People were spoiling a bunch of
everything.
shit last night, so just do not read it.
All right, we're just not going to read the chat unless it's during a commercial break.
But we will save super chats for a commercial. And we want to engage with you guys, but you guys want to be assholes? Be some assholes. We appreciate you being here. If you want to spoil it for everybody, that's your fault.
Yeah, that's 100%. We are late. We understand. But as Freddie Felt 313 says, feed it to Haynes. Run the damn ball. I'm establishing the run here because I think Michigan.
Out, Freddie.
Because I think easily Justice Haynes could rush for over 100 yards.
Says touchdown. All right, fuck.
Xavier says no. We're gonna spoil everything for you.
All right, yeah, I'm definitely closing out the chat then.
They're trolling. They're trolling.
Because my least favorite thing in the world is getting shit spoiled for me.
Yeah. So I will keep
Spider hanging down here. I'm doing karate kicks.
I will keep the chat, or I will keep the video on in case we get some super chats, which we will read.
Jeff will let us know on the super chats.
Yeah, you let us know on the super chats.
Super chats will be read if you guys want to talk a bunch of shit about the game. Let's go, baby.
Jeff.
Michigan's back.
Jeff, do you want to have a little Michigan State rant right now?
No.
No, you don't?
No. That's for another day.
We'll get to
for another day.
That's for maybe halftime.
It's the Michigan watch party. Let's just focus on.
Okay, I'm giving you free will.
Game. They just had a turnover. Let's just keep the good energy going.
Okay, good. I mean,
let's
fair.
Keep the good energy
fair.
going.
We're not talking any other sports other than simply Michigan. But yeah, Jair Hill, who gives up a touchdown, and then comes up with the big play here, forces the turnover. Again, it's just another dig. It's a screenplay again for Michigan. Can they pick up on that? But great effort from Jair Hill, moving all the way from the left in the nickel.
Boom!
What a hit.
He laid the boom. Derek Moore with the recovery. Way to be back there, Derek. That's why you don't give up on a play. Great job by the defensive end for the Michigan Wolverines. Bryce Underwood snaps the ball. Lead block, Bredesen. Justice Haynes follows. Falling down, getting pushed ahead. 5-yard gain at least. Great first run there on first.
It's a great first run. Sorry, I was texting with Ryan Lentz. Shout out to Lentz.
Shout out Lentz.
But yeah, no, it's a good first run for Justice Haynes. You got to get this kid established. Establish this run. If Michigan's able to establish the run in this game, it's going to be a long day for the Trojans.
Justice Haynes breaks
like
a tackle. Big
like
first down.
First down of the game. again, that looked easy for those 2 carries for Justice Haynes. I would like to see Jordan Marshall feature a little bit in this game as well. I do want to see Bryce Underwood's legs in this one as well. Again, Eric Gentry, number 18, linebacker. Remember that name for this, not only this game, but for Sundays as well. That kid is going to be a stud on Sundays.
Play action, Bryce Underwood. Outside, fires it.
Oh my God, he caught one.
Samaj, and outside. Samaj had a decent game last game. He's been looking at least a little better. But, yeah, the hands are definitely a question for Samaj Morgan, as they will continue to be. And shout out every single person in the Woodward Sports chat right now. We do appreciate you guys. Obviously, the spoilers are, it is what it is. But it is okay, because the Michigan Wolverines driving right now, 1:43 left. Smash that like button on your way and subscribe to the channel. This is the Michigan versus USC watch party. I'm Nicholas Kohloff. We got Ryan and Jeff here.
Oh.
Play action. Gets the ball.
Attaboy Marsh.
Yeah.
Attaboy Marsh.
Get him out in space. Let the athlete run a little bit.
Hey, that's another freshman that we talked about making an impact. And this one's Andrew Marsh. And he is starting to take form for this Michigan offense. We saw it last week against Wisconsin. We saw it against my alma mater, the CMU Chippewas, which that was a horrible game to watch. But Justice Haynes, another carry. That one, again, Michigan's offensive line a couple times, last 2 plays. They got beaten off the line of scrimmage a couple of times. There's 2 players in particular on this Michigan offense that's starters that I've really, really struggled this year. One being the left tackle, Evan Link, who I was not a fan of a year ago, still not a fan of, and Samaj Morgan. Those are 2 players for me that have given me the most frustration, the most head-scratching moments, because those 2 have really struggled this year. But can Bryce Underwood deliver us some points?
36 seconds here. Bryce Underwood drops back, goes downfield, right side.
Andrew Marsh
Back
again.
to him.
Give it to the kid. Give it to the freshman. This kid.
That's another Michigan Wolverine first down. Andrew Marsh, what a route. Good big start, stop, catches it. Back-to-back plays for freshman to freshman connection. We talked about going to the kids.
Justice Haynes right at the middle.
Way to keep that ball. They were going for that ball. We saw that ball pop out a little bit against Wisconsin. Way to keep your hands on that one. There you go, Bryce.
As bad of a first quarter as we just saw as it comes to a close, the Wolverines still only down a touchdown, and they're finally in USC territory.
Talk about a quick first quarter. Holy hell, that thing flew by.
It did flow by.
Wow.
Yeah. Unlike last night, that was a quick one. But yeah, it's Chad Kupchik in the chat says, where is Jamar Browder? Yeah, that is something that I've been looking out for in this game. Chad is Jamar Browder, another freshman wide receiver. His name was thrown around a lot this week in terms of him being a starter for the Michigan Wolverines. I've not seen him yet in this game, but I'm sure he will feature at some point, and especially down the line. But so far, hey, first quarter thoughts for you, Nick.
First quarter thoughts is you got, beat up early. And you were getting beat up in the, second drive as well. But you know what? Turnovers. They changed the whole entire complexity of a game. And that's what you saw with the one punch out by Hill. And you had the defensive end, Derek Moore, booking it down the field to end up on that ball. I think it doesn't just show you that, it's good to get a turnover. I think it's good to show you the heart and the hustle of these defensive linemen to be booking it downfield. That shows me a lot of heart by Derek Moore. Kind of reminds me of a play that a former Michigan Wolverine made, Kenneth Grant, booking it down the field when he caught in Penn State on the road. If your defensive ends and defensive linemen are always rushing to the ball, it shows good standards, good priority on defense, where it's going to go a long way in the long run. And you saw Derek Moore end up with that football, and now you see the Michigan Wolverines driving after establishing the run.
Yeah, and you're 100% right. You've said it. I like the hustle from this Michigan team. I like that they're not giving up the little greedy Wolverines. But this drive, I saw from Cool Moats in the Woodward chat. He says, I hope we can capitalize this drive with a touchdown. Yeah, that's what they need to do. Get themselves right back in this game, because this USC offense has torched us up to this point. Yep. I know we were able to force a turnover there, but if Jair Hill does not force that ball out, that could be a touchdown for USC in the end because they set them up inside the 15, a first down inside the red zone once again. And if Michigan's able to capitalize here for a touchdown, that could potentially be a 10 to 14 point swing in favor of the Wolverines because he doesn't force the ball out. USC could score a touchdown, go up 14-0, kick a field goal, go up 10-0. However, that's not the case. If Michigan goes down and scores, then it adds another 7 points, and we're talking about a totally different ball game. Ooh, Auburn getting up early on the Dogs. That should be an interesting one.
Let's see. We are coming back from break here as those stands are starting to fill up a little bit in L.A. We had Noah Eagle, Todd Blackledge. Not worried about them. Here we go as the Michigan Wolverines. We're driving early with some momentum. Luckily for the Trojans, it was the end of the first quarter. But I do believe the Michigan Wolverines stay cooking here.
Let me get to the super chat from Nobody. Send $2 super chat. Shout out. Keep them coming. He says, any reason for the cowboy hat? LOL, LOL. It's killing me. I told Nick when I texted him, I was watching the Oklahoma-Texas game, which Texas did win, and I go, I want to rock a cowboy hat. And
All aboard. I am down with it.
I live by this motto. Life's more fun in a cowboy hat.
All right. I don't think I've ever actually rocked a cowboy hat. My brother does live down in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Big day for the Texas Longhorns, and it's a big day here and a big test for the Michigan Wolverines. Does it look like USC still on the get him the hell out of that's so funny. Get him out of here.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that in football. Michigan was trying to run their offense and the USC cheer squad still on the field.
Yeah, that was insane.
All right, Wolverines, first play on the USC or second play on the USC side of the field. Hand off again to Haynes.
One man to beat to get to the outside.
It's a good little run.
Oh, that's a late hit. Holy shit. Justice Haynes bounces up, no problem.
No flag?
No flag? Is it not a flag? Again, good. That's a great block from McCulley, by the way. 2 birds with 1 stone. He blocks on that one. Was he still in bounds? It's close.
Oh, yeah, he's out of bounds 100%. It looked like it to me. That is a
I don't know, Nick.
No call.
I don't know, Nick. I'm trying to be Tony Romo on that one.
I don't like that at all.
That one was blown up.
So Haynes just gets thrown out of bounds after the first play. Second play, he gets beat in the backfield. You just hate to see it right there. That is not a good turn of events for the Michigan Wolverines. And I don't really love the pistol formation there.
Yeah, that was a total whiff on Giovanni El Hadi, which, by the way, Nick, I had a chance to play him in basketball when I was a sophomore.
Did you?
Yeah, he went to Sterling Heights, Stevenson. I went to New Baltimore, Anchor Bay. So
did he put up numbers?
Yeah, because he was much bigger than any big we had, and our bigs could not defend him.
Dominated on the block a little bit. Gets the ball out to Marsh again, catches it after a bobble to the outside, tackle from behind.
Oh, if he catches that cleanly, that's probably a first down and then some. But again, still impressive. Keeps with it. Again, stops his momentum a little bit. Makes a really nice move. But this is a big third down.
I will say, great block on the outside by Samaj Morgan, and as well, he gets a lot of hate all the time. I will shine a little bit of light.
That's Michigan's Riley Green.
Riley and everybody didn't show up last night, so I did go off a little bit, but I will not. Oh, my God, these refs already. I didn't see shit.
Is that a false start? Oh, damn.
I'll say, shout out everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button. That can't happen there.
No,
you can't have a false start.
On Klein? He's a senior, too. Come on, Klein. He's a captain. Yeah, if you put it third down and 4, looks a lot better than third down and 9. What did he do?
The slightest lean in the world that I didn't even see.
That's a false start?
Pissed.
Wow.
That's a weak call.
I don't believe that. Again, I'm not a ref, but Justice Haynes changing the play. I imagine they're going to go run. No?
Oh,
Underwood flushed. Damn.
And he gets out of field goal position as USC Trojans sack him. Is he out of field goal position? Yeah,
I would say
probably.
so.
This would be over a 60-yarder.
Zavada doesn't
Bryce
have that
can't allow this to happen. You got to throw this ball away as soon as you pick up that pressure there. As soon as you know that pressure is coming, you got to get rid of this ball. And this is the freshman mistake that you see on the road from Bryce Underwood. But once again, that pressure wasn't picked up. I'm going to say Bryce Underwood needs to find a way to get that ball out there, Ryan.
He
You
does.
have to be able to get points there after that drive, after that turnover. And to come up empty here is a terrible, terrible look. Punts it out of bounds, it's looking like.
I don't know where it lay. Oh, that's a good punt then at the 10.
10?
Yeah, I'll take that. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head on that one, Nick. I mean, they have to come away with points on that. That's an 11-point. Really, on those 2 plays, the false start, that's 16 yards lost on 2 plays. Well, really, 1 play, but 16 yards lost. That takes you out of field goal range. And the turnover does not help the Wolverines.
Yeah, not thrilled right now. I'm actually quite pissed off. They needed points there. 230 people watching. Make sure you guys smash that like button on your way in. Damn it. That one hurts big time. I mean, you got to be better than that. You get out of field goal position. Just a tough look by the Michigan Wolverines there. You have to be better. You get blitzed. Didn't pick it up. Bryce Underwood tries to escape. Just a tough look there. This game is not going Michigan's way at all, and my prediction is far from the truth here. Talking about a lot of points. This game's flying by and flying by early.
Yes, it is. All right, I'm looking at my
I'm going to check out the chat here, see if we got anything going on as we are at a commercial break.
I did
Let's
take the
see.
under.
What is the temperature check? How confident are you guys that they can win this game? Let's get it. Defense. Cheerleader still on the field when trying to start. What a joke. What happened to Ty Haywood? Believe he's not playing, still freshman developing.
He blew his knee out in preseason. That's why Ty Haywood's
that
not.
was Babola.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Babola. Yep. Cancel the program. Says that one. Chip is not as good as Lindsey. Cubs and Brewers just started. That O-line is not what the Michigan standard is. USC announced this as a sellout. What a joke. NCAA wants to continue to punish them. 0. Yeah. All right. Nobody. Any reason for the cow? Oh, yeah. Got it. That one already. Shout out everybody in the chat here. Michigan Wolverines find themselves down 7-0 here in the second quarter. Have not looked that inspiring, to say the least. Jeff, early thoughts on the Michigan Wolverines?
My early thoughts is that, this defense is going to have to continue to force turnovers. That's going to be the way they keep in this game. Going into this, I put them on my ticket. I smashed the under because I felt like the defense would show up and that the offense would struggle, especially early. Now, when you guys talk about the freshman mistakes that Bryce Underwood is making, those are things that he's just going to have to learn throughout his time. Wow. Those are not necessarily things that I would, harp on too much as a Michigan fan, because you got to realize he is a freshman, being thrown into the fire here, and he has a lot of potential. And I think that this offense just needs to get going. They need to take a couple deep shots and try to get this USC defense, out of the box. They got to lighten that box a lot.
Yep, for sure. All right, they fumble this, bobble the snap. Doesn't affect them at all. They get 4 yards on the first play there. Freddie, Phil, are we all going to be whiners after that Tigers loss? Freddie, I kind of feel like whining if the Michigan Wolverines don't win. I'm putting all my eggs in the Wolverines basket for my happiness. So a big Michigan Wolverines win is exactly what I need. We got Michigan is going to lose by 20. After the Tigers last night, I'm pretty over sports. No effing giving. No F giving. Here we go. Wolverines need a big play. Like you said, Jeff, I agree with you. I don't know if we're going to be able to stop them all day.
Oh, wow, right down the seam.
God.
This offense is so good for you to just, you gotta take some shots down the field. The play calling is just very conservative from the Michigan Wolverines, and I feel like that's been a thorn on their side for, quite a bit of years, realizing like you don't have Harbaugh anymore. He's not there to keep you in the game. You don't have the J.J. McCarthy weapons that he had around him on the offensive and defensive side. So you got to take some deep shots on offense to get this game, working in your favor.
Michigan Wolverines give up a 6-yard gain on first down as they have gotten 174 yards already. They're moving quick, throwing to the outside. No luck there. They go high for the tackle. No call on the neck. First down, USC, and USC is dominating this game. That was a big momentum swing their way to force the punt for the Wolverines, and they are moving fast and early. Let's see if Wink Martindale has what it takes to get this defense locked and loaded, ready to go against the Lincoln Riley offense that is currently dominating this Michigan defense.
Yeah, you guys have – I don't know why Jeff was speaking so much ball knowledge right there. He was completely right on everything. I think this game has been very conservative so far for the Wolverines. And, again, Michigan's – again, I've said it time and time again. They're a very aggressive team. USC has done a really good job at using that aggressiveness to their advantage. Oh, it's tips.
Go! You got to come down with it.
That could have easily been a pick. Wow.
This
Should've been a
defense
pick
has
there.
to make those plays.
Yeah, Mason Curtis in on that one. Again, Derek Moore got his hand up on that one. That's a tough one to make. Curtis is going for the tackle. Can't really blame him. Yeah, that's a little. Way
to get your hands on it by Derek Moore there. Another impact play by the defensive end for the Michigan Wolverines. 2nd and 10 here, USC. Motion in the backfield. Don't give it to him. Barnum blows it up. Goes back to him. No, that was, whatever it was. Barnum's all over this USC Trojan backfield there. Tipped the ball, making tackles on the outside. 3rd down, whatever they're calling. J. Sean Barnum, and these defensive ends are showing up. Let's see if any other Wolverines can show up with them.
That was just confusing.
Blows it up from the back.
From the USC standpoint, that was a weird,
tips
oh,
this
Barnum
ball,
got it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
incomplete pass or no?
I have no idea. This game makes this game of football just always seems to amaze me in terms of the rules and new things I learn game after game, especially with our teams. I'll tell you that.
Barnum, 5 TFLs already, 3 sacks. I believe it said 3.5 maybe. Looks like a delay game, quick timeout here by the USC Trojans, maybe.
I think we're just having a clock. I don't know if you've noticed, but Lincoln Riley has a walkie-talkie on that he's actually official review. I think they might be talking about if this was a incomplete pass or a forward pass, whatever you want to call it. But Lincoln Riley, I think the headsets are out for USC because he has a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Never seen that one. This could be. Do you think this is an incomplete pass after? Barnum tips it.
So he throws it. It lands.
He was going forward. I don't know. I got to fill up some ice here.
Yeah, you're good. The ball lands right where Maeva throws it. Shout out Jeff, by the way. Shout out you, Jeff. You're doing a great job. Jeff, do you like my cowboy hat?
I do like it.
You do like it? Gotcha. Thank you.
I seen you when I walked in. I was like, that is a nice hat.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. That's a good hat.
Life.
What's that show? Fairly Odd Parents with the. Didn't he have the white hat? That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or if you ever watched Dukes of Hazzard?
No, I don't.
Watch Dukes of Hazzard one day.
I appreciate it.
You'll understand the reference.
Hey, life is better in a cowboy hat. I'll tell you that right now. But again, play is still under review. But so far, Michigan has struggled in this game in terms of playing defense, moving the ball down the field. It's been a rough watch so far, but Michigan's defense has played really well so far this year. You think back to the Wisconsin game they played, really good. Nebraska game, really good. They were able to get to the quarterback, Dylan Raiola, time and time again. But yeah, so far from Michigan, Bryce Underwood, 5 of 7 for 43 yards. Jaden Maeva, 11 of 14 for a tutty. Justice Haynes, 24 rushing yards. Andrew Marsh leads the team with 34 receiving yards. Yeah, he's a true freshman. I know he was always going to play well. Lions leading the receiving battle for USC with 42 receiving yards.
Call there, Ryan.
Couldn't tell. We had the game muted, so I don't even know. So do not know. But yeah, so far, Underwood 43 passing yards. Maeva 127, 11 for 14. Hausman leading the team with tackles with 5. Yes, that would be an incomplete pass.
3rd and 17 here.
Or no, not incomplete pass. It'd be a fumble.
Let's go. 3rd and 17. Big stop opportunity for this defense. We got Barnum and Moore on the outside. Actually, no. We got Barnum up the gut. Uh-oh. I wouldn't want to be that guard. Let's see how this one-on-one matchup goes. He waits, picks his spot on the outside. Barnum throws.
That's a good stunt.
Let's go.
That's a really good stunt. That's really well drawn up by Wink Martindale. You're going to see Barham, if they circle him here, yet they're going to. He kind of pauses and then runs a little bit of a stunt. Yep, as they go, Moore goes inside, Barham goes to the outside. That looked like a you-me stunt from Derek Moore.
Let's go.
And learned that one from my dad. So shout out to him. Shout out to my dad for that one. But
shout out Ryan's dad. What's his name?
His name's Joe.
Shout out Joe Gilinski. Shout out Tim Kohloff, whatever you may be doing tonight. As we got a big stop by the Michigan Wolverines. And with how USC has kind of dominated this game to start, it's only 7-0. Mm-hmm. Great spot for the Michigan Wolverines to have a long drive, run the rock, and continue to get Bryce Underwood in some space. I mean, I've loved what I've seen out of Andrew Marsh so far. The rookie, 3 catches already. Truly taking the step up to try to be that wide receiver 1.
Yeah, it was just, as you were getting ice, I said he was leading the team in receiving yards right now with 34. 34 of 43, or 34 yards of 43 yards. For Bryce Underwood, 34 of his yards are Andrew Marsh. Words are hard. I'm sorry, guys.
I got you,
I'm sorry, guys. Please don't leave the chat.
I got you. Taking a look around, did you go out of any scores yet around the league?
No. I know A&M is currently up on Florida. We did see, I believe.
I got this up right here for you. So in college football so far going on today, the big games. You had Notre Dame blowing out NC State 36-7. Oregon loses to Indiana, the Signetti running over the Big Ten, looking like he made his statement as Indiana is not a pretender. They are a contender, to Gilinski's despise here. Yeah, Signetti. Talk about turning around a program. Indiana is actually a powerhouse in college football in the Big Ten and is to be reckoned with, a force to be reckoned with. Signetti is just lighting up cigarettes everywhere, just smashing them out of the park. Crazy that Indiana is actually a football school now. Let's see. We had Ohio State go into Illinois and dominate that game 34-16. Bama with a big win at Missouri. The number 8 Crimson Tide took out the number 14 Missouri team. Pittsburgh goes into number 25 Florida State, dominated them today. But in terms of the Big Ten, I don't know if there was there were a couple big games with obviously OSU going on the road and winning, and then Indiana going on the road and winning. The biggest one in terms of potential firings happened here locally. And Jonathan Smith losing at home as a big favorite. Seems like the clock is ticking on Jonathan Smith, and I think this whole entire MSU fan base, from what I've seen in our Woodward Sports group chat and from what I've seen on Twitter, they are absolutely done with this experiment, bringing in the former Oregon State football coach. From what they've seen the last 2 years, if he doesn't beat Michigan, I think he might get fired after the game.
Yeah, and again, especially with how it would look, if Michigan is able to really just dominate Michigan State in that game. But Michigan State, Jonathan Smith, they talked about, I saw a lot of the fan base talking about if he does not win 7-8 games, that he should be fired. He went 5-7 last year. New AD for the Spartans, and the AD of any school likes to hire their head football coach, and this current AD did not hire Jonathan Smith. So, again, his days could be limited, or his days could be numbered.
Yep. Michigan getting the ball 1st and 10 here. Bryce Underwood, some motion in the back, hands it off.
Oh boy, Haynes.
Wow.
It's a really good run.
Explodes on 1st down. Great run. That's how you absolutely love to start a drive if you're the Michigan Wolverines. Switch around some laptops here. Charging Justice Haynes. Big hole on the right side. Great start for the Michigan Wolverines on this drive where you have to put up points here.
Yeah, you have to. Get a nice little zone run right on that right side for Justice Haynes. Give this kid the rock. Outside, he's got like a 50-yard touchdown, I think, in every single game outside of the Wisconsin one last week. But give this kid the rock, and when Jordan Marshall gets in the game as well, give that guy the rock.
Big hole goes up the gut for 8 yards.
Yeah, that's what Michigan's going to be able to run the football against this USC defense. It's whether or not they're going to be able to throw the football again. Michigan, they can be as good as they want in between the 30s, but they've got to capitalize on these drives, start putting up some points. I believe we're about halfway through this second quarter. I think I didn't see the time, but
Don't like this. He get up fine?
We were halfway through the second quarter. Still no points from the Wolverines.
Let's go. Drops. Looks the whole way.
That's
it was
a horrible
Mars.
throw.
Did that ball get tipped?
I don't think so.
That's got to be a grab there.
Yeah, that's a bad throw from Underwood if it's not tipped. That's just a
Ball's
bad
not
throw.
tipped. Throws it at his feet.
That's just a bad throw from Underwood. It looked like it slipped.
Yep, that's a terrible throw from Bryce. He's in a throw that he knows that he has to make there. You're on the road. You throw the ball on second down. Easy pitch and catch.
Easily.
He was wide open. 3rd and 3. Do you run the ball twice?
They've had success. I would absolutely run the ball here. Hey, you got
Justice
it.
Haynes, holy hell.
Yeah,
Stretching out.
Yeah, he kind of just slipped through the bottom there and lunged.
Wow.
And we're going to see it right here. Just slips through, gets skinny, and then just falls forward. That's first down. That's
an NFL running back right there you're talking about.
That's just a smart play from him. That's just falling forward, getting skinny, and knowing where that first down marker is. 9 carries for 48 yards.
Great
It's
job
an impressive
there.
start.
And it looks like they are really setting up that potential read option as Justin Haynes gets to the outside, cuts back in, still positive yards.
Again, Justice Haynes, that play looked like that was going for a negative yard play. That absolutely looked like it.
He looks a little banged up now, grabbing his ribs. Hate to see this for the Wolverines. USC Trojan down as well. Hopefully it's just the wind knocked out of Justice as he's grabbing his ribs, but it looks like he maybe fell right on the football. Grabbing that right there. Bryce Underwood gives him a little tap of encouragement there as Haynes soon to get looked at by the trainer. They do have Jordan Marshall, another very talented, highly touted back out of Ohio. He was close to a 5-star running back when he came out. He was Mr. Ohio, if I'm not mistaken, in his year that he came out. And he is a sophomore or a redshirt freshman. It's his second year in the program. So let's see if Jordan Marshall can keep up the momentum that Justice Haynes just brought. But let's pray for Michigan football. If Justice Haynes goes out, this is a completely different game, and this is a completely different team. That is an elite running back that you have, and he makes up for a lot of holes in this offensive line. So let's see how that goes, and let's see if this impacts Michigan's decision to let Bryce Underwood start to run the rock against USC.
Yeah, I think so. Someone in the chat, Gromit0237 says, Justice looks like he broke a rib. Sure damn sure. Blah, blah, blah. I can't speak today. I really can't. Words are hard. I sure hope he did not break a rib. Brennan Armstrong says wind probably knocked out of him.
Hopefully it's the wind that getting knocked out, because if Justice Haynes is out, it's big trouble. I'm not going to overreact yet. I will bring positive vibes today. I yelled too much yesterday. I crashed out.
Yeah,
the 15 innings. I mean, the inability to score, and then you have to go through the bottom inning like every time. I was literally living life on the edge last night, all night long. Like my heart was skipping beats. I was sipping coffee, like Rich. Yeah, all night long. Shout out to everybody, all 340 of you guys in the Woodward Sports Chat. Make sure you guys keep smashing that like button. Share the stream with all your Michigan buddies. We are all having, hopefully, a Michigan party here as we watch this big matchup between 4-1 Big Ten teams now, crazy to say, USC and the Michigan Wolverines. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Jeff. He just put a poll in there. Can we get 250 likes for a Wolverines touchdown? Smash that like button, and that'll give us a Wolverine touchdown, hopefully.
As we are sipping some Sun Cruisers here, I got some coffee going as well, but shout out Sun Cruiser. Make sure next time you're at the store, you go try them out. Let us know what you guys think. I think pink lemonade may be my favorite.
I agree. That's my favorite.
They
as
also
well.
have the iced tea. Honestly, all of them are terrific, phenomenal. Great job there. Nothing goes like football and drinks like a Sun Cruiser. Best way to do it.
Saucy Youngboy 11 says, get a short pass to running back, easy touchdown, and Bryce needs to start scrambling. I think you're right. Oh, Red Wings are currently up 3-2, by the way, according to Just a Fan in the chat. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. We need to get Bryce Underwood out on the perimeter a little bit, use his legs, play smart. I do want to see some easier completions for him. And Haynes, ooh.
He did grab the rib. He may be struggling a little bit. Awkward hit. Let's see. Haynes is back. Is that Haynes?
I think it's
back
Marshall. That is Marshall.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That was Gentry. This kid, Eric Gentry right there, who just broke that play up. That kid is going to be an absolute stud. I think his wingspan is 7 feet or something like that. It's absolutely crazy. This kid is going to be a star on Sundays. Honestly, if the Lions picked him up, or drafted him, I would absolutely love that because he is just a ton of raw potential.
The only thing I have to say about that one is thank God it wasn't a pick six there, Ryan.
Yeah, that could have been a pick six. He was looking for Marshall. He was looking for that easy pass.
3rd and long. Crowd starting to get into it. Tons of guys on the line. Looking like pressure here. Marsh goes in motion on the outside. Picks it up well. Slings it to the outside. McCauley, first down and more. Great grab there by number 1. It looks like the Trojans are trying to give him shit there. Great job by the Michigan Wolverines. Big, wide receiver. He was the cornerback all over him. Cuts back. Great pass by Bryce Underwood. Let's see if we can get some momentum going. Quick snap. Bryce Underwood outside. Slings it. Caught on the inside.
It's Marsh?
Nick Marsh.
Andrew Marsh.
Andrew Marsh.
Not Nick
I'll
Marsh.
text you immediately. Andrew Marsh. Let's go. First down, Wolverines. This team's cooking. I'm keeping up with this pace right now. Bryce Underwood on the outside, giving a little run. Oh, yeah. Slings that thing. Another quick snap. Run to the outside. Jordan Marshall just swallowed up for a 3 to 4 yard gain.
He was pissed on that one. Marshall knew that if that jersey tackle does not happen, that could easily be 6. It has a nice little seam on that right side, a nice little hole. But the Wolverines, I like the little tempo that they're going to right now. Marshall, he's going to have to pick up the slack in this game, but he's fully capable. He's just not quite that home run back that Justice Haynes is. He's more of that Blake Corum, really tough type of runner.
100%. Bredesen gets moved in motion. They usually run the ball where he is. They do. Opens up a big hole. Jordan Marshall lowers the shoulder for a big first down.
That's what I talked about, where if Marshall's not going to have the home run ability that Haynes does, but that nice little tough run right there, easy. That's a really good job on the offense line, opening up that left side.
Block by Bredesen there, the fullback, but they move him around everywhere. That's
a false start on Michigan.
Jesus Christ!
That's probably going to be on Samaj. It's going to be on Samaj because Samaj
You're
is not
shooting
set.
yourself in the goddamn foot.
That's also probably a first down with McCauley. See, he moves. Yeah, it's false start. 10 times out of 10.
The miscommunications on the road. Last time we had the big penalty. It was a drive killer. Penalty here. Let's see how the freshman quarterback reacts. 1st and long. Samaj Morgan still in the game after the penalty. They got to be smarter than that. Jordan Marshall still in the game. Have not seen Justice Haynes since the apparent injury. We got Bredesen in the slot. They move him to the left side, right next to Bryce Underwood. Bryce takes a snap. Jordan Marshall up the gut. Carries. Looks like he got 6 there.
Yeah, picks up
5
for
to
the
6 yards up the gut. I think you're right. With Jordan Marshall, it's just falling forward. Be that aggressive, power back that you talked about. It's going to be big to keep getting momentum on the ground game.
Yeah, you hit it. Wherever Bredesen is, wherever Bredesen goes, that's where the ball goes. And you saw right there, picks up a big block on the linebacker. What? That a boy, Bredesen. Get physical at there. Hit some pads. That a boy, Bredesen.
Come
it's
on,
that physical Michigan smash mouth football.
Bryce Underwood, 2nd and 10 here.
Bryce
Bryce picked up, draw, running back, quarterback run. Oh, Bryce Underwood said, get off me. Little boy. Love it. I thought he had a touchdown there possibly, but that is the first rushing attempt by Bryce Underwood in this one. Jordan Marshall picks up the blitz. He had one guy to beat. He chose to go to the outside, but still got the first down. Would you have liked to see him cut it upfield there, or are you okay with him kind of getting outside?
I would have liked it because I think that would have been more of an opportunity to get a touchdown. But, hey, he's got to protect himself at the same time. I don't mind it from the young freshman. Now go get 6.
Yup.
Ooh.
This USC Trojan defense is playing aggressive football right now. You saw Bryce Underwood with the potential to maybe keep that ball for a back-to-back running attempt. Let's see this on the outside. If he would have, he made the right play, I'd say.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely right. Gentry was on the left side.
With the swing at 42, Hoffman.
Yeah,
no call on that one. Punch to the helmet.
Hey, I mean it's football. The Big Ten. If you actually look at the stats, the Big Ten is like the least flagged. They're the least flagged teams in the
Play action,
conference.
23. Marshall, Underwood back. High throw.
Oh, damn!
He catch it. Wolverines, baby. Bryce Underwood to McCauley as the momentum keeps on going for the number 1 wide receiver. Bryce Underwood talking that talk as he goes out there talking mad shit, as he should. The 5-star quarterback gets the Michigan Wolverines back to a tie game in L.A.
That's a big-time throw, a big-time catch. I think he had Jordan Marshall wide open on the right side on a little bit of a wheel route is by the look of it. But, I mean, hey, it's 6 points. I can't complain. I said that's what they have to do after we see the PA attempt from Zavada. I do want to get another look at that, hopefully from NBC. But that was impressive.
14 plays, 86 yards, over 6 minutes. That is how you answer Bryce Underwood. What a drive by the freshman quarterback, and what a throw and catch to McCauley here.
Yeah, just a crossing pattern. Yeah, Marshall would have been wide open too, but that is a throw. That is a throw. That's a 5-star being a 5-star. That's a damn good throw.
Good throw, even a little behind him. McCauley able to turn his body. I've loved what I've seen out of McCauley here. Puts it on him. Touchdown, Wolverines, baby. We are tied in this one. If you are just joining us, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to Woodward Sports, and shoot a super chat if you guys want anything
we got
read.
One.
We got a live super chat incoming.
Dante151, 1999 super chat. Shout out to you, Dante151. I could see Indiana win out and go to the Big Ten championship game against OSU. Sure, I hope not. Also, Red Wings update. Red Wings 3, Maple Leafs 2 in the second period. Also, I watched Tron Aris. Tron Ares? I don't know. If I messed that one up, let me know. And it's a good movie to watch in IMAX 3D. If you said it, I do need some movie recommendations. Yesterday I was trying to find a film to watch on Netflix. I couldn't really find anything, so I just started watching YouTube. But hey, if I would take some movie recommendations.
Shout out Dante151 for the big super chat. We appreciate it here. Big stop by the Wolverines. Big tackle there. Yes, I could also see Indiana and OSU sadly in the Big Ten championship the way things are going. Hopefully, the Michigan Wolverines have a bid within it. As Texas Tech had a massive run for that one. So good for you because you got some money out on Tech, right?
Yeah, I had the
That's maybe where the hat came from.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think of that one. But no, that's where I do have them in the spread. I think it's like 13.5 or 14. Currently, so far this year, Texas Tech is undefeated against the spread. They've covered every single game so far this year, so hopefully they do that here.
Shout out the Red Raiders. My buddy Ryan from Texas went to the Texas Tech. Big stop there on first down. Love to see that. There we go. We got 1 point here for Michigan as a tie game, and we appreciate the super chat, Dante. Talking about Tron Ares, I haven't heard of it. Looking for some movie racks. We might have to hop into that a little bit at halftime. Is number 2 talking about hopping off the field here with an apparent injury. Can't put pressure on that leg as he is going down on the sideline. 2nd and 8. Wolverines trying to get off the field, and he does. Thank the Lord. Blitz coming from the linebacker. Sullivan forces him outside, throws on the run.
That's, I think, a catch.
Oh, shoot.
It is a catch. Wow, that's a damn good throw from my Ava.
Let's see a replay.
I would like a better look. No? We're not going to get it? I mean, USC smart for running that one. That one looked awfully close. I couldn't quite tell. But if I'm Sharon, so you're going to go to the 2-minute warning here probably.
Climb, Haynes going into the locker room. Hate to see it. Definitely didn't just get the win knocked out of him. If that is the case, 2-minute warning upcoming here. Jesus Christ. Talk about a turn of events. Hate that for Justice Haynes. Anytime touchdown, obviously in question, but more importantly, Michigan's hopes. Justice Haynes is such a talented running back. Without him, they could be in some big trouble. What quarter are we in? We are in the second.
2-minute warning.
Second quarter. For some reason, it said halftime. I'm over here with the display on the scoreboard all over the place. Wow. Not the stop you wanted. You blitzed Cole Sullivan. They picked it up great. He got to the outside, made a big-time throw downfield, and the momentum is suddenly shifted back with USC.
Yeah, no, that was a play that Michigan needed to make. They didn't. Jaden Maeva, he's an absolute dog, and he made a really impressive throw on that sideline. I don't necessarily know if that was a complete clean catch. Based on the replay, it looked awfully close. I don't know, Nick. I don't know. It looked like a close play.
Yeah.
Me being Tony Romo again. But, again, if Michigan, they're right on the fringe of field goal range, USC. I don't know. Just try to force a field goal at this point. That Michigan does get the ball to start the second half. But in this game, I know we've kind of bashed Michigan a lot in this first half, but they haven't played horrible, I would say. I mean, USC has made some really nice plays, but so has Michigan. I think, if anything, going forward, that Justice Haynes injury is going to be very impactful. But I do want to go back to that touchdown drive I talked about on Woodward Wolverines, which is every Tuesday night here on Woodward Sports.
Check it out.
That I wanted to see from Michigan a long, sustained drive. I felt like so far Michigan so far this year, it's a lot of home run plays. You talk about the long runs every single time. I've wanted to see a long, sustained drive, and up to this point, I've only seen two. The 2-minute drive against New Mexico, and then their final drive, which ultimately ended in a field goal inside the 10-yard line against Nebraska. But that is what I want to see from this Michigan offense going forward, because you're not going to get all these home run plays. You're just not. But Michigan, a really nice sustained drive. Jordan Marshall on the ground a lot of times. Nice little throws from Bryce Underwood to Andrew Marsh. Donovan McCulley obviously finishing off. But that's what I want to see from Michigan going forward this season and in this game is those long, sustained drives, because those long, sustained drives will bleed out the clock and ultimately limit possessions for a high-impact offense like USC.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you there. Are we checking out that? Oh, yeah. Looks like both running backs got injured. You just hate to see it in a big heavyweight matchup like USC and Michigan.
Yeah, that's Waymon Jordan.
Never want to be talking about the running backs and their injuries. USC has a 2nd and 2 in Michigan territory already. Lincoln Riley, notoriously known for his offensives, and he has a elite offense so far this season. And Wink Martindale trying to limit him, but this offense is like nothing that they have seen so far, and that includes Oklahoma. They haven't really been able to stop it too much. Run up the gut into Hausman,
and
he just keeps driving and driving and driving as he is short of the line.
I was going to say it's a really good tackle from Hausman.
But he did just get He tried.
I think it's short by a yard or half a foot or so. Yeah, third down.
All
right. All right, Wolverines. Talked about getting off the field on third down is going to be critical this year. They've struggled at it. Can they get one here?
Let's see, linebacker slowly creeping up to the line. Push on the outside.
First down.
First down, Trojans.
I think we're
1 minute, 19 seconds left. Timeout called. Gotta limit them to a field goal shot. We know this is college. Anything can happen with these kickers.
I think that we're going to see a couple shots into the end zone from Maeva. We haven't seen a ton of deep shots from USC in this first half, and I think that's also the way that Michigan plays defense, but let's take a look right here with a minute to go.
1st and 10.
Clock's running.
Oh, it's clock's out with the first. Just misses him. Open field tackle, not able to make it. That's big. He just took a shot by 2 Michigan Wolverines. But that first tackle, it seems like USC is truly making Michigan miss in the open field to start.
Good tackle
hell
from
of a spin
Jair Hill.
move. Jair Hill, good effort, but got to come up with that big tackle there. USC runs up the middle. Big hole. This USC team is now driving with pace as the helmet comes off in number 6 for the Michigan Wolverines. 32 seconds left in the half. 7-7 game. 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
That's Brandon Hillman, one of their starting safeties. And, Wayman Jordan, he can't even put any pressure on that ankle. So both the starting running backs might be out of the game.
Yeah, I think number 2 is for sure out. We will wait to hear on Justice Haynes. I'll keep an eye on Twitter for the beat reporter for the Wolverines that I follow. Give him a shout out here in a second. He does a great job. Blitz up the middle. They pick it up. Pressure back. You cannot let that ball drop. That was the biggest floating pass I have ever seen in my life. 16 seconds.
And we might
2
get a
timeouts.
flag.
You're going to get a timeout here.
We should probably get a flag there. No?
We have the second helmet coming off of a Michigan Wolverine player in a row.
Okay, it's just
What are
another
you thinking for a
screen.
flag there?
Right after the play with Zeke Berry and a USC player, a lot of pushing and shoving after the fact. I don't know if we're going to get to the replay, but there was a lot of pushing and shoving after. Yeah, no, we're not going to get to it at all. Hey, just hold them to a field goal here.
Yeah, you
Hold
cannot
them to
allow
a
a
field
touchdown.
goal.
Last time that they were in, close to the red zone or in it, they had a,
What?
Oh, my bad. Timeout. I thought there was another big injury here. All right. Bryce Underwood will not get a chance with the ball again this half, most likely. But Michigan Wolverines, last time they had the ball in the red zone, Jair Hill got beat right off the line of scrimmage for an easy touchdown for the Trojans. You cannot allow that to happen right here. I do not think they're going to run the ball with 15 seconds left and 1 timeout. I believe they will take a shot or two to the end zone. Michigan's defense truly has to step up right here, right now. Keep this a 10-3 at most ball game, or 10-7 ball game going into halftime. Would be big for momentum, getting the ball first.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you've said so far, Nick, but there's going to be some shots in the end zone here. And Michigan's corners are very aggressive. They get very handsy, and Jair Hill's one of them, and he got burned on it on that touchdown to Jacoby Lane. So what does Michigan need to be here? Just play smart. I mean, I have not heard Mekhi Lemon's name yet. He's their star wide receiver from USC, but look for them to go to him. Mekhi Lemon is an absolute dog. Look for him to get an opportunity or at least a target on a couple of these plays. I think they got 2 or 3 more plays in them, USC, with 15 seconds. I would say probably 2 with 15 seconds to go.
He is getting carted off.
Yeah, that's, again, USC and Michigan lose both of their starting running backs. Justice Haynes, Waymon Jordan probably out for the game for both of these guys.
Maybe out for an extended period of time for him. We haven't heard on Haynes yet, but they keep showing Jordan Marshall, and he is bobbing his head. He is waiting. He is ready to roll.
He's
If they have live lines, I would take Jordan Marshall's over. I doubt they do right now.
I think they do. It's probably just really low, just because he's not the starting running back. I think Justice.
Actually, I'm not looking because if we are behind, that is what it is. We'll wait till halftime to check those out. But this was longer than a long time out. It feels like. Holy hell.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was hurt. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. Again, we don't have the sound on, so we can't hear anything from the ref or any of the commentators or what's actually going on in the field. We're just kind of interpreting it, like that I think fumble pass or whatever it was, or the incomplete, whatever that
fumble, I believe.
Yeah, whatever that was,
Or
we
behind
couldn't
the
actually tell what it is. Yeah, Zeke Berry's he's off of this play. 18
All right,
okay, maybe it was a clock management.
One on the left side. All right, this is a bit. 18 seconds put on the clock for the USC Trojans. They go empty backfield here. Do we get a Michigan timeout? This is awesome. Right before halftime, tons of timeouts. You just love to see it. This is what we are all here for.
Yep, I mean, Michigan, it's a smart timeout. Adjust your defense. You can also get Zeke Berry back out onto the field. But, yeah, again, they're showing all the different screenplays. That's what USC's offense has been used for in Wink Martindale. He dials up blitzes time and time again. They're a very aggressive defense. And what has Lincoln Riley done? He's a smart offensive mind. He's a whatever you want to say about Lincoln Riley in terms of, he hasn't won a national championship, has not won a game. Yeah, he's not even won a game in the college football playoff, even with Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts, who's the other one? Kyler Murray, all those different guys. But he's a very good offensive-minded coach. What you're going to get with Lincoln Riley is great offenses and really mid to poor defenses. And USC has had a really good game plan against this Michigan defense. Let's see if they dial up another screen. 1 timeout left for USC and 2 for the Wolverines.
2nd and 1 here. 2 guys on the outside for the Trojans. Safety help back for the Wolverines. Looks like a 3-man rush for Michigan. Deep pass outside.
Wow.
Touchdown, USC Trojans. Hell of a catch. That sucks. Wow. Yeah. Absolute shit the fucking bed by the Michigan Wolverines to end the half there, Ryan.
Yeah, just talk about I have not said Mekhi Lemon's name at all, and he comes up with a big touchdown right there. That's on true freshman corner Jaden Sanders. And Sanders has had a hell of a year so far. He's made some really impressive tackles, some really nice plays all year long. But that one right there, that's a tough one. That's a hell of a throw, hell of a catch. Just brutal.
Brutal way to end the first half for the Michigan Wolverines. You allow USC to go 9 plays, 75 yards, drive all the way down the field and dominate your defense with a throw and catch. Let's see the safety here. They look back at it. You had 2 guys in that area to cover the USC Trojans wide receiver. Looks back. He even got some hands on him. Doesn't matter. We got our TV freaking.
It did it even on the touchdown play, so we still haven't even seen it.
Right here. Handsy.
Wow. That's
good defense. I can't even be mad. I'm just more mad that he scored the touchdown, but yeah, that's maybe the best catch, one of the best catches I've seen all year in college.
That's a damn good throw.
That's exactly.
You can't. You're right. I can't even be mad at that. That's really good coverage from a true freshman.
I'm just more frustrated that they allowed that USC to drive down this easy.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And now what Michigan has to do is they have to go in the locker room and find a response to start the second half, because Michigan ultimately gets the ball to start. And again, can we, Wink, in halftime, can we please stop with the all-out blitzes? I get it. Maeva's a good quarterback, but can we allow him to sit in the pocket and see what he can do downfield instead of all these little checkdowns and all these little screens? Because I haven't seen it yet from Maeva if he's going to be a solid quarterback.
Yeah, this is extremely frustrating here. You spend all of that time. They take a big timeout, TV timeout, maybe an injury timeout. Michigan takes a timeout. You draw it up. USC's getting hype on their sideline right here. 14 seconds left. Sharon Moore is not going to get aggressive, as he probably shouldn't, but with the freshman quarterback. But, yeah, just a tough way to end the first half. You're down 14-7. You're going to get the ball to start the second half, but this defense hasn't looked great. It should be 21-7, to be honest, but we were able to punch that ball out at about the 10-yard line, 15-yard line, and saved basically another touchdown. So this defense has not showed up today whatsoever in terms of, stopping this USC dynamic offense. And Wink Martindale has some weapons to play with on that defensive line, in that linebacker room. I think the biggest question mark is the secondary. Easily. And you've seen it be picked apart a little bit. Let's see. Bryce Underwood hands the ball off to
Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall right up the middle, end of the first half.
Would you want to be aggressive in this situation? I mean, USC's defense was kind of, again, Michigan starts off with the ball, obviously, to start the second half. But
I mean, I would maybe understand a deep ball to McCauley, but because if it's an interception, it's it is what it is.
It's like an arm punt
either way.
It's an arm punt, basically.
But they never do it, so I guess there probably is some sort of analytics behind it. But, yeah, tough way to end the first half. Did not see the Trojans. I definitely saw the Trojans' offense going to be good. I didn't think that the Michigan offense was going to look like this. And they really haven't had that many possessions because this game is flying by right now. The possessions are hard to come by. And USC has owned these Michigan Wolverines here early in this one. We've seen a lot of Go Tigers in the chat. Yeah, Tigers are absolutely cooked. That stinks. And Michigan Wolverines better not be. I'm putting all of my literal happiness, sports happiness, that is, which basically is my happiness, and to the Wolverines, because Tigers already killed me. They crushed me last night. We did a 6-hour live stream, hell of a stream. Didn't go the way we wanted to after losing in the bottom of the 15th. We are here, QB1, breaking down this Michigan USC game as the Wolverines find themselves down 14-7 at halftime. This halftime segment will be brought to you by Sun Cruiser. Hey. Best in the game, without a doubt. Make sure you guys pick some up next time you're at the store. Let us know if you guys have any super chats, anything you guys would love for us to hit on. I heard a wiser, because socials, we got a lot of people in the chat. Joel Jackson Haynes might be out for a while. I agree. Moore will never coach a championship team. Sorry. John Jones, I'm pissed. This does hurt
John
more.
Jones?
The John Jones. Michigan Wolverines suck shit, says Joe Ryan. They're down 7. They get the ball to start the half. Michigan is cooked, and the Lions are cooked tomorrow. We got to hope the Pistons do good because that's all we have. Joel Jackson, that seems like a little bit of a overreaction, but I am all here for overreactions, so get yours in. We will talk about it. Kansas trying to make it interesting with TT. Texas Tech.
I don't like that.
Ryan doesn't like that one. Trojan Ed, my uncle alum. Carve that turkey in Thousand Island, FO1. Not sure what's up with that. John De La Rosa letting everybody know, go Trojans. Yeah, this isn't how I wanted it to go down so far this game. We're not absolutely cooked, but this hasn't been like a pretty game, an easy watch, per se. You saw the big touchdown by the Michigan Wolverines, which was great to see. But Josh Miller, USC, looking pretty physical right now, and I think that's a big statement. It looks like USC is the bully, but they have learned from last year when USC went into Ann Arbor and lost. It looks like Lincoln Riley challenged his team today to be the bully, to be more physical, and you're seeing that right now, Ryan, compared to last year when they got bullied in Ann Arbor.
You think of a lot of these teams that are from the Pac-12 or from the Big 12 that moved conferences. I'm talking Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC. I'm talking USC, not necessarily Oregon, but USC in particular moving into the Big Ten. Is they have had to adjust their style of play a little bit to the new conferences that they're in. You look at Oklahoma, for instance. They go in the portal. They grab themselves a quarterback in John Mateer, and they really start to light things up. And then you look at USC, the Big Ten. It's such a physical conference compared to what the Pac-12 was and all those different teams. So USC Lincoln Riley went into the portal, grabbed a couple defensive linemen, grabbed a couple offensive linemen as well. So they're all adapting to the new style of football that they have to play. And compared to what last year was, and you also got to look at Michigan. They lost two top 15 picks in the NFL draft on that line of scrimmage, or actually 3 if you in the top 60 if you count Josiah Stewart, which, by the way, they're showing highlights right now of Northwestern beating Penn State.
Love to see it.
Dude, Penn State and get James Franklin out of there now. Like, it is just slowly unraveling. And Drew Aller, that's the hit that took him out of that is out for the season. I think that's probably like a collarbone or something, based on that hit. But no, it's a rough start for Michigan. And as poorly as they've played, and as poorly as we've talked about them in this game, it's only a 1 touchdown game. And that last touchdown came with 14 seconds to go in the first half. And Michigan's absolutely in this game, and we've seen Michigan drive the ball on USC's offense a couple of times, or USC's defense a couple of times, and they're fully capable of scoring a touchdown here right out of the gate. Ugh. These Sun Cruisers, man.
Yeah, I'm hitting a little bit of I had some Mexican food earlier before I came up here.
That's brutal.
I just burped out some burrito taco, so we're out here thriving as we watch this Michigan football game. But I got to say, to get out physical by USC is not a good look. Sharon Moore needs to go into his locker room and light the boys on fire right now. They need to, really truly get the spark plug going, and it starts on that defensive end of the, football field. If we can stop USC, we're going to win this game. But exactly what I saw right there at the end of the half shows me that this team and this defense specifically not on the same page. Like, you give up the big play to start the drive to the wide receiver, and he gets the hurry-up offense. And you can't allow that to happen to start a big drive on 2nd and long. So it's just the mistakes by this Michigan Wolverines team have, come crucial in this one. But with that being said, 7-point game. Some positives I want to hit on here. McCauley, big-time catch in the end zone. You got your number one wideout in terms of body size, his attributes, his physicality. You saw it all in that catch in the corner of the end zone, the adjustment made with it a little behind him. And then you saw Andrew Marsh getting the ball early, often. 2 wide receivers that are really stepping up for Michigan in this one. And I think that's a big-time step moving forward for this Michigan Wolverines team. If you're talking long-term success, the Wolverines wide receivers are going to have to thrive, and you are seeing it in this game. The tight ends, they've taken a massive step back. Marlon Klein, haven't heard his name besides a false start so far in this game. He's got to be a weapon for Bryce Underwood for when he gets in trouble on those blitzes, the same way, a guy like Jared Goff goes to Laporta. I know they're completely different quarterbacks. In terms of trust in his tight end, it needs to be better. You need Marlon Klein and Bryce Underwood to get on the same page. Caleb Solon says, fire Moore. That's a big shot. Moore, step down. Give Urban or Nick Saban a shot at it. I would take both of those guys as a Michigan head coach.
First off, Urban would never come here. I would love to have Urban Meyer to be a head coach.
None of them
here.
would come, but I'm saying that would be awesome.
Yeah, but then none of them are coming here.
Yeah, they're just really
Big Ten tiers. So Indiana college football playoff contenders in the college football playoff mix.
reacting to what's on TV right now.
Okay, so Michigan, USC, and Oregon. Okay, that's interesting. So this is a big game then if they consider USC to be a part of this. I've been looking up anything in terms of Justice Haynes injury news. I have not seen anything.
I haven't seen anything yet on Twitter. Keep us posted on that. I'll be going into the chat, breaking it all down. Gentry's chin is up. Look out. Moore, step down. Yeah. A lot of people are upset with Sharon Moore. Where are you at with Sharon Moore? You saw what this offense and this team looked like under Poggi. Where are you at with Moore?
Actually, let's create a poll, by the way. Jeff. Actually, we forgot to bring Jeff into the mix. Before I answer your question, create a poll in the chat, Jeff, if you could, please. Just ask the fan base if they like Sharon Moore or not. Simple. Do you like Sharon Moore? Yes or no question. I want to see what the fan base is. Again, for me personally, I'm viewing this as year one for Sharon Moore. I know, obviously, it's not factually correct that it's his first year, but for me, I'm treating it as his first true year one test because he took over this team, Harbaugh, who left at the end of January, which at that point in the college football calendar, the end of January, all the best transfer portal players have already selected their new schools. All the quarterbacks were taken. I think out of the top 25 quarterbacks that were in the portal, 24 of them they've already chose their next home. And Sharon Moore did not get to choose his quarterback. He currently chose his quarterback last season in getting Bryce Underwood, which I think the sky's the limit for Bryce Underwood. But for Sharon Moore, again, he's got a lot of high expectations just on what he had to take over. He's taking over from a national championship team, an undefeated 15-0 national champion, beat Ohio State, beat Bama, retired Nick Saban, held the number one offense in the nation to one touchdown, that being Washington, Penix, Odunze, Polk, all those guys, and they had an award-winning offensive line. And then 2 years prior to that, they would go to the playoff, and one of them was an undefeated season. But Sharon Moore, he's building it. I don't think, again, I had no expectation that this team was going to win a Big Ten, win a national championship this year. But I think he's just building it for the future. That's why you look at this team, there's so many freshmen that play, true freshmen. Sanders, who you just saw give up the touchdown. We've seen Andrew Marsh time and time again in this game. Nate Marshall, the defensive end, has been in the game. Bryce Underwood, for crying out loud. We've seen Elijah Dotson and Shamari Earls, and I believe there's another defensive lineman in there that I'm forgetting his name. But there is just so much youth on this team. And to truly judge Sharon Moore, I'm going to look at, I know it's kind of lame, but I have to look to next year because this team is so young. There's so much youth. But based on what it has to look like on the field, I think he's been conservative at times. I think that he has misused the clock and timeouts at certain times. Like, I think of that the sideline play we just saw to end on that final drive. I think I would have called a timeout and just had them kind of, I would have challenged it to see what it would have looked like, because I don't necessarily know if that was a catch. But for right now with Sharon Moore, I would say I'm cautiously optimistic with him. I think it could definitely be a big thing. He could definitely be a really good coach and prove this team right and prove me wrong. But at the same time, it could very well go south in a hurry.
Yeah, I'm exactly the opposite way.
Okay.
To be honest, I feel differently. Last year, I blamed the head coach for not getting a quarterback in here. I think this day and age, obviously a lot of transfers were gone. You know what? Get the bag. Give him the bag. You obviously have the money to do so. There is no excuse for the quarterback situation that happened last year. I know it was late. I don't give a shit. Get a guy in here. The performance that you put on offense last year, when you had that defense with Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Will Johnson, you talk about Colston Loveland, you talk about that offensive line. This team underperformed so much last year. I thought Moore saved his own ass beating Ohio State and beating Alabama. So that did give me some good grace going into the season. But what does he do against Oklahoma? Extremely conservative, like you talked about. Doesn't let Bryce Underwood, his 5-star quarterback, get out and be an athlete. That's what you brought him here to do. What is he doing so far in this game? Bryce Underwood has one run in this ball game here, and that's not acceptable to me, Ryan, in any day, shape, or form. You have one planned run for Bryce Underwood. That's unacceptable. And he obviously thrived in his one run, but that is not what this Michigan offense needs to look like. They have been able to run the ball with some running backs, but I think if Bryce Underwood runs the ball, it opens up everything for the whole entire offense. And I do believe Sharon Moore is a little bit conservative, and it does upset me at times. You saw him start extremely slow against Wisconsin when Sharon Moore was back. I thought Poggi and this offense looked great. Obviously, it was CMU and against Nebraska, but I'm not saying fire him by any means. I'm just saying I have higher expectations this year. I did think that they could possibly make a playoff. We will see in this game, but I think Sharon Moore just needs to, kind of be the Jim Harbaugh a little bit and allow, we need to see that offensive line coach the Sharon Moore that we talked about. We haven't seen this offensive line truly dominate the way that I've wanted to see this O-line dominate. You talk about the Lions and their success. It starts up front. And if you give Bryce Underwood time, he's going to deliver for you. If you give these running back holes, they're going to deliver for you. And I just believe it starts with this offensive line. It seems like Wink has a really good D-line going right now. It's time for this offensive line to step up, and they did get the recruits in there to hopefully take that next step, which we will have to wait to develop. But I know they brought in some transfers. It's time for them to step up on this O-line, and if that happens, I think Sharon Moore is going to be extremely successful.
By the way, Lanny Seals, Kansas just scored a field goal to make it even closer. God damn it. I need 17 unanswered. I need them to win by 2 touchdowns. Texas Tech, that is. That's why I'm rocking the Cowboy hat today. But to your point about the offensive line, They have been bringing in a ton of recruits. And if you look at the final year or two of Jim Harbaugh in charge of Michigan, he did not recruit the offensive line well at all. The only real recruit he got in his final 2 years was Andrew Sprague, who is the starting right tackle now. And I think Sprague has been phenomenal. Not phenomenal, but he's been really good for a first-year starter at right tackle position. He's only going to get better. But the offensive line recruits are starting to come in. We see Ty Haywood this year, and unfortunately Babaloa, who blew out his knee in preseason. That's a big hit to us. But the recruits are starting to file in. We see Savion Hyder as the number 2 player in the country, had committed to Michigan. And
love that.
And
number 1 running back.
And he looks set to have a great future, and he's going to stick with Michigan, I believe, based on some of his tweets and what he's been posting about on social media. But I just think that this is a real... This specific year of Michigan football reminds me not of 2015. Michigan, the first year of Jim Harbaugh, but it kind of does in a way. Obviously, that 2015 team is better than this current Michigan football team.
Opened up, lost at Utah.
Yeah, I think that Michigan 2015 team is better than this team, but it's just kind of a rebuilding year. And I don't want to say that because of how much money, and it's Michigan, how much money they spent. I don't want to say it's a rebuilding year, but this year is kind of the foundation year of what Michigan's going to do because Harbaugh left the cupboards bare. As much as no one wants to say, oh, they had Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Colson Loveland, 3 first-round picks, and that's completely right.
Money bags, bring them in.
But 2 D tackles and a tight end, and then Will Johnson, a cornerback, that's not going to make you a national championship contender. You need other positions and key players. If those players were a quarterback, a wide receiver, and a running back, then we can have a different conversation. But Harbaugh left the cupboards bare. As much as you don't want to admit it, he did. And Schroen has kind of built it up. And I think the expectation this year should be to make the playoff. If it doesn't, they go 9-3, lose to Ohio State, lose to USC, already lost to Oklahoma. I'm not completely mad at that. I'm not in the let's fire Schroen more right now. But
yeah, I'm not saying that either. I just have high expectations for this game. You're not a favorite on the road for the second time. You know, they were a favorite still at Nebraska. This game, not a favorite. I need them to win the games that they're not supposed to. At least one of them.
Like they did OSU.
You can't go into Oklahoma this season. You can't go into Oklahoma and perform the way you did and get shut out and then go into USC and lay a stinker. We still have a second half. I'm seeing a bunch of things in the chat. Sharon Moore has never won when losing at halftime. I can't confirm or deny that. I've seen it a couple times, so I'm assuming it's true. But this is going to be a big game and a big performance for Sharon Moore as an underdog right now. How does his team respond on the road at USC? It's not a crazy hostile environment. It's not known for getting wild. Bryce Underwood, let's see how the freshman does with Sharon Moore, because that, to me, tells me everything. How this freshman responds down 7 on the road. You saw, not good things against from Bryce Underwood against Oklahoma. I want to see how he's learned from it in the second half.
And I think he has learned from it a little bit in kind of how that first half has looked.
Yeah.
But shout out Jeff. But no, it's 4-8 season loading. Yeah, that's just crazy.
You think he has learned from it?
Bryce, I think he has. I think he absolutely has learned from some of the Oklahoma game, but that also comes down to some of the play calling. I think they're letting Bryce be Bryce a little bit in this game compared to that Oklahoma game. I thought they were super conservative against Oklahoma in that game back in September. This game, they're allowing him to let the 5-star a little bit. Moore ain't going nowhere. He's cheap and got a $10 million QB. That's correct. With the Bryce Underwood pickup, Sharon Moore literally and figuratively bought himself 3 years. He bought himself the time with Bryce Underwood. Whatever Bryce Underwood has, or how long he's ever going to be here at Michigan, is how long Sharon Moore will be here. Whether you like that or not, he's going to be here for at least 2 more years after this year. Unless next year is a complete and utter disaster, and then this year is a disaster. But Sharon Moore is going to be here for a little bit, and Bryce Underwood has definitely learned a little bit from last year. We're seeing a little bit of maturity. I would have liked to see a throwaway on that pass that took us out of field goal range. Jeff, what have you thought of Bryce Underwood so far? I know you're a Spartan guy, but what have you thought out of Bryce Underwood so far this year?
I think Bryce Underwood he's legit. I mean, he's going to be, a number 1 pick someday. Honestly, I feel like the Wolverines should have given him more weapons. They should have really went out there during the trade, not trading, but in the portal, in the transfer portal, and went and got him some actual weapons. Because, if you
Looking
surround...
good now, though, Jeff.
What was that?
Two of the weapons look good.
Yeah, the weapons are starting to come along, but now it's just like, for me, it's like the play calling. Like this guy has a big arm. You got to let it rip. Like, he's going to make mistakes. He's going to probably make a couple interceptions, bad throws. But those are the things that you want to get through now while he's a freshman, so that next year he comes back and he's even better and he learns from the mistakes that he makes this year. I feel like Michigan fans shouldn't expect this team to be at a championship level, especially when you have a freshman quarterback who's, coming in true freshman playing, quarterback for this team. You really got to let him progress and let him make the mistakes. So for me, Bryce Underwood looks amazing. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen a freshman quarterback, a true freshman quarterback, come in and deliver the throws that he makes, in the game. And then he also uses his legs quite a bit.
I think people talk about the expectations, and you do have to let Bryce Underwood develop 100%, and I get you. But expectations change when you start talking money. You start talking about millions and millions of dollars, not, $5 million. You're talking over $10 million that you bring in for a quarterback. You're going to talk high expectations. And you're talking about a program in Michigan that went out to the transfer portal, that brought in McCauley. Obviously, they brought in Barnum and Hausman last year. And I think this team, to be successful, Bryce Underwood is going to have to use his legs. He's 8 for 12, 79 yards. I'd like to see him being efficient in this one, but I think the big thing, he hasn't really gotten too many opportunities so far today.
Yeah.
So I need to see Bryce Underwood, the big sack really hurt him in this game in terms of points. This should be a 14-10 ball game instead of 14-7, but I'm really excited to see how he responds, but I think the expectations are always going to be sky high, even if he is a freshman quarterback.
I was just about to ask, how many drives did Michigan even have in that first half? Did they have 4?
Felt like 3, honestly.
I think so. They had the 3 and out, and then they punted because after the
No, I think it was 3 and out, sack.
So that when they punted
goal,
off that
punted.
one. And then was it the touchdown drive? And was that it? Did they only have 3 drives?
Honestly, they could have.
Yeah, check. Could you let us know how many?
Yeah. They've been absolutely dominating the time of possession. It feels like this is a very short game. All right, I am turning off the chat because I don't want to fucking know anything.
Yeah, let's keep the chat to a minimum. Jordan Marshall coming out for Michigan.
Hate to see that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure we just got an update. He said that late was unreal play. He told his guys, keep playing, trust your position, and win those plays. That is how you win the game.
So Michigan had 3 drives, if you're not counting the one that was just the end of the half, which they needed.
Rush up the middle, right into the teeth of USC's defense for no gain to start this one. 23, the safety looks fired up. And we are underway as the third quarter started. About as bad as he could have with a rush up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, people have talked about it in the chat. They're like, well, 7 points is unacceptable. Well, when you have 3 drives, I mean, 7 points is what you're going to get sometimes unless you're scoring on every single drive.
Yeah, Bryce Underwood, empty set back here. Looks like they might get a blitz off the left side. They do. Left tackle picks him up, throws on the run. We talked about getting to the tight end.
That's Hogan
Late
Hansen.
flag came in here. Wonder what it is. Is it on a face mask? He grabs his face mask after. Looks like it is going on the offense. Hate to see this. Justice Haynes walking back, maybe going to join his team. Not sure what's going on here, but it is a flag, and it looks like it's on Michigan. This could be a big, big deficit to come back from if this is on the Wolverines.
Yeah, because you're looking at a second and very long.
Pass interference.
Yep.
Offense. Wow, love to see this. Andrew Marsh on the first drive. Let's see if this is another bullshit call.
What?
He caught the ball.
What?
I felt like the ball was in the wide receiver's hands by the time he touched him.
I don't get that. There's been a couple really questionable calls in this game. Some people said there was a offensive pass interference on that first USC touchdown.
Rush up the middle for about 4. Pushing. Need it. Probably 4 yards here, 5 yards it looks like on the spot. Yeah, I hate that call. I believe that ball touched the tight end of Michigan's before he even made contact with that cornerback.
Yeah, I don't...
hate that call there. You push him back. This is a spot where... I had too many bad calls last night in terms of the strike zone where I cannot do this shit again. I really can't.
There's been a lot of questionable calls.
I will go mute on the stream. I'm out. I'm out. No, I'm kidding. Just joking.
I'm joking.
3rd and 17. This is a spot Bryce Underwood could turn the ball over, or do they go passive and run it? Or
they're gonna
looks
have
like
to.
They're blitzing. They do. Picks it up. Bryce Underwood on the run. Gets out in front. Makes a man miss.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing they could do on third down and 17. Bryce is, I mean, the pressure was there. They showed blitz. I like that from USC. If that's what you're going to do, bring the house on a freshman quarterback, especially. Oh, they didn't even blitz. It was just four. It was I think it was a 5-man rush, whatever it was. But no one open downfield. Bryce had no time to throw. That's just tough. Tough start to the half for Michigan. And now they have to get a stop where this game could get ugly.
Michigan punter sets back, punts it. You need to flip the field here. And it's a short punt that goes out at about the 48-yard line.
It's like a
I can't do this again, Jeff. I really can't.
Don't crash out, Nick. Okay? Don't crash out.
Everything is awesome.
Your defense is gonna pick you up here. I'm calling it. All right?
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, let's see what's up in the chat.
Let's get an
If
interception.
I'm overreacting, I know damn well this chat is. How do they feel about the call?
Terrible
See if we
punt.
can get another like pull going. Let's aim for 250 here, Jeff. Ref's excuse. LOL. Sherrell Moore, he's still yelling at the refs.
You want to
Yeah,
go?
I don't understand how that's a offensive pass interference.
It's embarrassing. Terrible punt. Bryce needs to throw the damn ball. Guys were open. Shitty call. Why they ain't call that on USC in the first TD? True that.
Yeah, I generally don't know. I don't know how that's not, or I don't know how that's a pass interference. It seemed like Hogan Hansen had the ball in his hands before. Yeah, you're right. Free climb. That bullshit penalty did kill the drive. It absolutely did. And there's 2 penalties. Again, the Marlon Klein false start did not look like a false start to me. And that killed that drive. And then, so penalties have killed 2 of the 4 drives for Michigan. And that could be that's a big difference in this game for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to lie. I'm going through it over here. Big stop could go a long way.
What if the Lions lose tomorrow?
Hey.
Yeah.
Slow it down, buddy, all right? We don't talk like that around here, all right?
Lions also underdogs going on the road with a bunch of injuries.
This could be a bad weekend.
Ryan, do you want to read the reactions to your question that you had in the chat?
What question?
We read a lot of the holy shit, it's about a 50-50 with 125 votes. A legitimate 50-50 poll. Holy hell. 125 votes. Absolutely. Pack them up. Oh my God. That is actually crazy. It is a 50-50 split on if Michigan wants. Wow. That's actually crazy. This ain't the right coach. Harbaugh was wrong. Greg says, Hockey Town. We'll give you guys a little Red Wings update right here. I saw it was 4-3 last time I checked. It is 4-3 with under 5 minutes left. Detroit trying to give it to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Kelvin Johnson. All right. Jesus, really? We're going to start fucking doing this again?
Oh, wow. That's great. That's a great. Again, we got to mute the chat here. That's. Yeah. I take it there's going to be some big-time play coming up for USC. That's brutal.
That's awesome. Love to see that, Bimpy. How about I block you from the chat next time you do it? Maybe that's what he was talking about. The replay? Hopefully.
This ain't good.
When I say block, I mean mute. Kinda.
Very concerned about this ain't good.
Oh no.
Wow.
You saying out of bounds?
No, that's got to be a catch. I think they marked it as a catch.
No, he didn't get his foot down.
I don't think that's a catch.
No, he didn't get his foot down.
Did he have a foot down?
No, he didn't get one down. It doesn't look like he's no.
I don't think that's a catch.
His foot's down. Jesus Christ.
That's not a catch. Yeah, that's not a catch.
Yeah, it wasn't a catch.
That's a catch. 100
it wasn't
times
a
out
catch.
of 100. And they throw back to the outside, and he blows them up. Let's go. Maybe some momentum for this Michigan defense.
Oh, and that's a flag on Lemon.
That's a flag.
Get out of there,
Go.
Hillman.
Get out of the way.
Hillman, get out of there.
Take the W. Great job, Metcalf. Way to blow him up.
That's got to.
If they call this on the Wolverines somehow, I'm going to lose my shit.
That's.
Both teams?
No.
No?
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
What did he do?
Lemon.
Didn't look like he kicked him a little bit, didn't it?
He blows him up. Oh, God, no. If they fucking do a replay and slow this down, we might be in trouble. Leg locked him and then flips his leg.
Oh. What? Why would you even do that?
I don't know.
Just flips him.
How do you feel about this head to the helmet of USC?
I don't think that's targeting at all.
They're going to show it. Nope.
So I think that's a
All right. That's a win for the Wolverines. They didn't show it. I thought there could have been something there. Thank God. Oh, no. Big gash up the middle. Uh-oh. USC rushing down the sideline.
Oh my.
Jesus Christ. 3rd and long and they run it and you allow them for a massive gain? I'm fucking done.
Dude, what are we doing? It's 3rd and forever, and we allow a 50-yard gain on a run? What are we doing? Why? How are we getting out-physicaled by a damn Lincoln Riley team? Dude, Brandon Hillman needs to get off this team.
First down way fucking before that. This Wink Martindale defense is sucking right now. Wow.
Brandon Hillman needs to get off this field.
You finally get a call to go your way, and that's how you perform. Barnum with a great tackle. Jesus Christ. This team is embarrassing right now. You cannot allow a 3rd and plus 15. Ryan, what'd you see on that big run?
This team suck. That's basically what I would have to say. This team's trash. I was gonna ask you guys a question, but I'll wait after this drive. And I think it's starting to come true about what my question will be.
Oh, God.
Jeez, this is horrible. This is horrible. What are we
Nobody
doing?
set an edge on that one.
Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly. You're right, Jeff. Take this cowboy hat off. This team sucks. I was about to ask you guys a question.
Yeah, Wink looking clueless. Clueless, Wink!
I was going to ask, is Michigan fake? And I'm really starting to believe that this Michigan team is really fake. 3rd and 50, and we allow a 60-yard run. What are we? This USC
4
team's
plays, 52 yards, touchdown Trojans. Tough look here by the Wolverines.
This
You
team
had
sucks.
that big play set you back as an offense. You had a big play set them back as an offense. They were able to come up with a massive 3rd down run for about 20, or on 3rd and 20 for 50 yards. Greg with some great news in the Woodward Sports Super Chat, or chat 5-3 Red Wings. All right, that's good.
Yeah, who cares at this point?
In terms of football,
Who cares?
Michigan Wolverine with absolute. All right, get this guy off my fucking screen. Oh, it's on Michigan. No surprise. Great job, Sharon Moore, coaching everybody up.
Yeah,
Michigan is horrible. Okay.
Dude, I think Michigan is really fake. I think the Michigan team is a fraud. They've had 2 massive games this year, and USC and Oklahoma, and it looks like they're gonna go 0-2 on this. Still possible for a comeback, but they have to score. Dude, who cares? This team is fraudulent. What we're gonna see is Michigan go 3 and out, punt the ball here. This just sucks.
This is a depressing stream. We'll try to break it down for you guys, but honestly, I'm finding very, very, somebody wanted SS. Oklahoma sucks. Oklahoma got their ass beat by Texas today. Michigan got their ass beat by Oklahoma, and they're getting wrecked by USC right now. So this is not great so far. This defense is ass and undisciplined. I agree with you right now. This Michigan team is young. But no excuses. I picked Michigan to win this game. I thought they would win this game. You go into L.A. where it's not some hostile environment like a Norman, Oklahoma. You thought that this team was going to be more prepared with Tremron Moore in a full week to coach them up, and this defense looks absolutely terrible right now. USC is carving them apart at every single turn. On a 3rd and long, you cannot allow them to do what they just did, and that is run the ball down the field for fucking ever.
You could not have
get the big first down. That is the difference in the game. You get the big stop. It's 14-7. Get the ball back. Anything can happen. You can tie the game up. To be down 2 scores at this point, honestly, could be 3 scores. if it wasn't for the fumble and the punch out by Jair Hill. You are getting manhandled. You are getting beat up and down this field right now. This is a terrible showing for Sharon Moore and his Michigan Wolverines. And he doesn't look like a great leader right now. I'm going to say it.
You could not have asked for a worse start to half. You get the little bullshit penalty call, offensive PI, ruins that drive, 3 and out, and you have an opportunity to get off the field. And I said this many times on this broadcast or this watch party, whatever stream, whatever you want to call it. Get off the field on 3rd down, and they have not done that in this game. They have been horrible on 3rd down. I don't even know the stat, but I don't even want to look at it because of how bad it has been on getting off the field on 3rd down. They have allowed, again, this USC team's not even good.
Yeah, I'm close.
USC is not good. They're 3 of 6 on 3rd down, USC that is. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. This team sucks.
21-7, you need to show heart and respond here. You got to put some sort of pressure back on USC. You need a touchdown on this drive. 3's not going to be able to cut it. This isn't a spot where you go passive and you, try to keep Bryce in a box. This is where you do let Bryce Underwood get out and run, start making plays. You're down 21-7. You have 10 minutes and 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. This game is far from over. But I'm telling you right now, they need momentum. They need points. For that to just happen on your defense, you are in a terrible spot. Bryce Underwood, how do you battle with some adversity? Sharon Moore, on the road, once again. How do you battle adversity? How do you learn from what happened in Norman, Oklahoma, and come back and make this a ball game where you can flat out win this ball game? Michigan, down 2 scores in USC. Playoff hopes probably on the line. Let's see this play really break down here as the right guard and right tackle look to pull, and there is nobody on the left side for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Jeff said it the best. He said no one.
No edge. Barnum went for the gold.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is just brutal.
And there's nobody behind him.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. Time to step it up right now. Bryce Underwood. What do we got? Last time they ran Jordan Marshall up the gut for a no gain. And it is Marshall again, I believe. Yep. Looks like we got McCauley, slow side. Bryce Underwood falls back.
Oof.
Braylon Klein gets ripped, but he catches it. 5-yard gain. USC celebrating every single play because every single play seems to be a big hit.
Yeah, I thought maybe there would have
been
been
a hospital ball a little bit. Way to hold on to it if you're Marlon Klein. Did he hold on to it?
Yeah, he did. He did. So I think it was
Great
like
job by
2nd
the
and 5.
Michigan tight end. Great job to get right back up. Love that. Jordan Marshall, backfield. Bryce Underwood playing with some tempo. Moving Klein to the other side. Watch out for one on the blitz. Samaj in motion. Handoff. Jordan Marshall, right side. Cuts up. 7-yard gain. First down, Wolverines. Keep up that pace right now.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that they have to just drop back and sling it the whole time.
Oh, definitely not. You're not going to win this game if you do that.
I think that, again, continue to run the ball at the right times. I think that was a really good play. But Underwood's been fine in this game. It's just
100%. It's our defense.
Yes.
We're getting shredded.
And just costly turnovers, 2 that have cost us, have really just been drive killers.
Bryce Underwood steps back. Jordan Marshall runs to the outside, runs into 4 USC Trojans that swallow him up. Don't love that one. Rushing to the outside. That is a Justice Haynes play call right there. Not a Jordan Marshall one. Yeah, USC was all over this play. Push instantly from the left side. He runs into a wall. Looked like he could have tried to keep running through him. Number 1 of the Trojans. No idea who he is, but he looks like an absolute monster. And he has
Evan
been
Link
all
sucks.
over. He has been all over this Michigan Wolverines team. 2nd and 11 behind the sticks. Once again, Bryce Underwood looking to take the snap. Marshall to his left. Gets it. Looks right.
QB
runs
draw.
up the middle. No hold to get. Breaks a tackle. Rushes.
Oh,
high tackle after another tackle early. And Bryce Underwood is officially limping. Bryce Underwood is limping. He looks hurt and is limping off the field. Nope, doesn't want to come out.
That's great.
He goes down the first time, gets wrapped around, knees get brought up, hands around his neck, helmet comes up, already down, gets a second hit to him. Bryce Underwood stands in Still under center, 3rd and 10. Claps the ball twice. Drops back. Blitzes them to the outside. Incomplete pass to McCauley. 4th and 10. Michigan Wolverines getting obliterated in this game by the USC Trojans. They blitz from the left side here, Ryan. What'd you see?
That we suck. Evan Link. Dude, he sucks. Oh, my God. Evan Link, dude. He doesn't even know where he is. We talked about Wink Martindale not knowing where he is. Evan Link does not know where he is on the field. This left tackle is buns. Evan Link there's 2 players on this Michigan. 3. I'll tell you after the punt. And another shitty punt. Oh, my God. And it's going to... Dude. Let's make it 4 players now.
You need a pick 6.
So there's 4.
You need a defensive turnover, to say the least.
There are 4 players on this team that need to be shipped off in a rocket and sent to Mars. 1, Brandon Hillman. You like that one, Jeff? Brandon Hillman. Complete and utter dumbass. Brandon Hillman might be the stupidest football player I've ever seen in my life. He just constantly does stupid stuff, never wraps up. And let's go to number 2, Samaj Morgan. Samaj Morgan needs to get out of here. Cannot catch the ball. He constantly needs plays designed for him to get open, and he constantly talks shit and can't back it up. Number 3, Evan Link, left tackle. Constantly whiffs. Absolutely sucks in pass pro. Cannot beat anyone physically on runs. Absolutely sucks. He needs to get out of here. Number 4, based on that last play, our punter. I think it's Holenbeck is his name. He absolutely and utter fucking sucks. Those 4 players need to get out of here. Dominique Davis, shout out to you. You're making me feel better. $5 super chat. Not used to seeing Michigan not have an O-line or a D-line. Well, we typically have a D-line. They just haven't shown up in this game whatsoever. This team, oh my God. I'm starting to feel like you, Nick, and I don't even want to crash out quite yet. This team sucks.
Yeah, they're playing like it. I will say, Ryan, Samaj Morgan, 187 yards, has already eclipsed his total of last year.
Shock, we didn't throw the forward pass last year.
Yeah, all right. Officially 6-3 Red Wings. They have beaten the Toronto Maple Leafs.
At least one of our teams has won this weekend.
Yep.
Shout out you, Wings. I didn't even think it was going to be you.
Wings. We had 3 assists from DeBrincat, 1 goal by Patrick Kane, 2 assists by him, 2 goals for Razor, 1 goal Andrew Kopp, assist from Cam Talbot, assist from Larkin, assist from Emmett Finney as he gets his first point, I believe. Marco Casper and Simon Edvinson with some goals. Good to see for the Red Wings, but in terms of the Michigan football and Michigan Wolverines right now, not great, but shout out Dante151 for the super chat. We appreciate you and everybody tuning in, all 323 of you guys. I left to go to Arby's, said Freddie Felt. I hope you didn't try the beef bites, whatever, the steak bites. I had them. I actually felt sick after. I was not a fan of those. I am a straight roast beef, classic roast beef kind of guy, or the buffalo chicken slider if I am attending Arby's. And if you do, you got to get the Arby sauce and the horsey sauce on those roast beef sandwiches. USC running like Michigan, LOL. All right, time to cut the chat out. Because you guys love to do that. I don't know how it makes it fun for anybody.
Oh, God, this is bad. This is bad. All right, I'm fully prepared for a crash out here. This is bad.
I'm just not going to crash out because I already know what's going to happen then. So that's awesome. Great job, chat.
I mean, I will say this, though. I mean, we do have to give a little bit of credit to this USC team. Their defense actually looks pretty solid this year to go along with that offense they have. And then once again, you see they're just not setting the edge, giving up a huge run.
Can we just stay mute for the rest of the game? Can we just sit here and just, like, be here but not be here?
How about the USC Trojans? Oh, my. We are back. We are back. USC is back. Yeah, I'm just going to act like a USC fan at this point.
This team.
Yeah. Coach of the Year, Lincoln Riley?
Yeah.
USC. Our offense looks elite here, right?
Yeah. God.
Wow. This was the last thing I expected coming into tonight.
Yeah, I thought we would at least have a shot here. But this team just sucks. Yeah, this is probably game. Yeah, a touchdown here.
Interception,
They have
fumble, something. Hold
Dude,
them to
we are
3.
letting a. Oh my God, that makes it even worse. He's had 152 yards in the first 4 games. 100. Yeah, this is just.
Well, their
looks
starter
like a
starter
better
did
player
go
than the
out.
starter.
So
What was that, Jeff?
their starter did go out of the game. Amon-Ra Jordan did.
The backup looks better.
yeah.
Our backup runs into the other team. Yeah, this is tough here. Oh, my God. Down 21-7. USC fakes a handoff. Gets a guy in motion on the outside. Maybe a tackle for loss. All right. USC
Hey, we
loses
got
2.
one.
Hold them to 3.
Is it too early to say when's basketball season?
Oh, it's never too early to say that. Come on.
When's basketball
Jeff,
season?
you big basketball guy? Cade
Oh,
Cunningham
huge
MVP?
basketball guy. Listen,
Cade MVP?
I've already locked that in. I've already placed my bet for Cade Cunningham MVP.
What were the odds
so
on it?
everyone
Hey,
in the
don't
chat,
tell Kool-Aid that. Kool-Aid will be like,
Hey, listen, everyone in the chat, if y'all want to, tail that, go ahead. I think the odds when I did it, I think Cade was, I want to say a plus 6,000 for MVP.
Wow. I would take that bet. Running up the middle. Stop behind the line again for a 1-yard loss. Should be. All right, Michigan seems to be stepping up here, at least for a second, but it does look like USC is kind of just taking off the clock as the 3rd and 12 presumes to be. Offensive lineman, redshirt freshman, out of Calabasas, California, 6'2", 290.
Calabasas.
3rd and 12 for the Trojans. Wouldn't be surprised if they somehow score a touchdown here. But if they don't, Michigan Wolverines hold them to a field goal attempt. Could be big. Maybe miss it. Maybe block it and return it for a touchdown and officially be back in this game. 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Biggest play so far for the Wolverines. 3rd and 12. Got to stop them. Drops back. Pressure. Almost gets there. 95 on him. 14 gets out of it for the second time all. Interception!
There you
Michigan
go.
Wolverines. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We are back.
You called it, Nick. You called for a fumble or interception, and look at that. They gave it to you.
Big time mistake by the USC Trojans. If you are Michigan, you need to go down.
God, we
Clean catch. Clean catch.
What a
Let's
play.
go, Blue, baby. Oh, he's only said, what the hell happened? What happened? Let's go, Michigan, baby. You need to score here, and you need to score a touchdown.
Maeva's an idiot.
Yeah,
What are you
100%
doing?
He's an idiot. We needed life. Well, we just got it, baby. Let's go, Blue. Jeff, how does Michigan score on this drive without their star running back, Justice Haynes, in the ball game?
I feel like Michigan, they have to go out here and they have to take some shots down the field. They're trying to chew clock. They don't really have the time to really just try to run the ball twice and then pass the ball, and then you get into a situation where you're in 2nd and long, 3rd and long. They have to keep themselves ahead of the sticks, and they have to go out here and try to do something that USC is not expecting them to do. Now is a perfect time for some type of trick play, a flea flicker, something to give you a little bit of juice, something to give you a little bit of, umption in this offense.
I'm
you want
with
to bring
you,
some
Jeff.
energy.
Love where your head's at. I'm maybe throwing a deep ball to a guy like Samaj Morgan, per se, because they're not expecting it, Ryan. And we got a super chat from our guy, Dante151. Guys, USC gave up 31 points to MSU Spartans, and MSU is just not good at all. Trust me. Yeah.
We know. We know.
Right now, right here on this drive, hopefully Bryce Underwood pops up and it's just absolutely fine. He's got a cannon of an arm. Deep shot here after all of that momentum. Could be big if they complete it. But we have seen Bryce Underwood throw a pick when he threw a deep shot against Central. Let's see if Michigan can truly do this. I am now about to shut off the chat again because you guys are ahead of us. But let's see what we got as we have people coming in now. Maybe a little bit of hope. 311 people watching live. Make sure you smash that like button. Share it with your Michigan friends. This is presented by Sun Cruiser. Subscribe below. I'm Nicholas Kohloff, your host today on the Woodward Heavyweights 5 to 7. Covered the Detroit Tigers for the network. Sadly, after last night, 6
Not
hours
doing that
stream,
anymore.
15 inning game. We have college football shows, Ryan Gilinski, and you can also see him on the Braylon Edwards show with Shep 2 to 4 as he is in this audio booth there. And we have Jeff, who is an absolute superstar in the making in the TD booth. Shout out Jeff for coming in after working.
Let's do this. That's clearly an interception, by the way, unless we're saying if
they fucking overturn this, I'm gonna flip out.
That's clean.
That's a catch.
That's clean.
If anything, what they'd be looking at.
Oh, at the very end after he caught the ball?
No, if anything, they'd be looking at if Maeva stepped out, but that's clearly a catch. But let's get to this. Again, this is another super chat, $10 super chat. Dominique Davis again with another chat. He's been active all day in the super chats.
If they call this upheld, 1st and 10 Michigan, thank God. Oh, my God.
But Dominique says, it already wasn't going well, but that questionable offensive PI was killer. Hopefully we score this possession because that was a terrible decision by their QB. You're 100% right on both of those. Dominique, we do need to score here, and that was a questionable PI call.
Shout out, Dominique. We appreciate you. Michigan's 10th straight game with an interception. Bryce Underwood is back. Bredesen to the left side. Going out. Goes in. Blocks him off. Marshall runs for a 7-yard gain, it looks like. Let's go, Jordan Marshall. Big run on 1st down to get you away from that end zone. Let's see if Michigan can keep up the pace, capitalize on USC's second big mistake of the game. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Michigan Wolverines. Bryce Underwood, big spot here. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll see how well he can run after he looked shaken up early. Michigan needs to take advantage and score a touchdown here on this drive. Gets out in the pocket. Oh, throws Andrew Marsh in a high tackle at his
face
neck.
mask?
No call at all. Number 19 or 18. What is that guy's name again?
Gentry. Eric Gentry.
Look at this tackle. Clotheslines him at his neck. No call. Is that legal?
I have no idea.
Clotheslined his neck. Looks like he took out the... Yeah, I don't like that one at all. Andrew Marsh, hell of a catch. Way to stick in there. Bredesen on the left side. Handoff, left side. They follow him. Jordan Marshall, a lot of space. Big 1st down, Wolverines, as he goes for 14 yards on that one.
There was a half second where I freaked out. I thought that was a fumble. I'm not going to lie. There was a split second right as he was tackled.
Back to the line. Jordan Marshall, left side. Big hole, left side. Jordan Marshall keeps rushing for another Michigan Wolverines. 1st down, and Michigan is imposing their will on the offensive side of the ball. And I am keeping this one going if I am the Wolverines here.
If I'm Michigan, I got to score a touchdown before the end of this third quarter. It needs to happen soon because, again, USC is just moving the ball on us offensively all night long, but you have got to, shout out Lionel Richie, but you have got to score a touchdown before the end of the third quarter.
In motion, number 80, getting on the left side there. Running back to the right of Bryce. Looks to fake it. Marsh gets back to the outside for a 2-yard gain. I
want to say I've been really impressed with how Andrew Marsh has played the last couple of games. This is a true freshman, mind you, that is starting to come into his own. We've talked about, Jeff has mentioned, we need some wide receivers. We need some weapons for that 5-star QB, Bryce Underwood, that we've seen right there. Andrew Marsh is one of those players. We only have 2 weapons for him, and that's Marsh and that's McCulley. So far, Marsh is really solidifying himself as a wide receiver, too, on this team.
2nd and 8, Samaj in coverage. Bryce Underwood fires it downfield. McCulley, big 1st down, and Michigan is driving, looking dynamic. Looks like they gained a lot of momentum after that interception. Hell of a throw by Bryce Underwood on the move. Little Stafford in him as he slings it sidearm. And McCulley, big 1st down for the Wolverines. Fakes it. Underwood slings it again. Andrew Marsh, another 1st down. Wolverines, Michigan's driving. They look like they got a lot of momentum here, Ryan.
They do a really nice... Bryce does a really good job when he's on the move a little bit and has got to do a little bit of a sidearm that we've seen the last couple of plays. He does a real... Damn, Bryce! But no, they've done a really good job with it. But you've got to capitalize on this drive with 6. A field goal is unacceptable. You have to get 6. Bring yourself back into this game. Capitalize on a turnover.
I'm with you. They're driving here. They're driving long. It looks like we are heavy left set. Pistol formation. Bredesen comes to the right side. Picks up the block.
That's a
Bryce
great
Underwood
block.
all day to throw. Drops back. Big throw. Andrew Marsh just drops the ball at the 1-yard line. Oh, 17 taunts him while he's getting up. Hate to see it. Looking down on Marsh. It looks like hands on his waist early. Marsh. You got to come down with that one, but that is good defense.
That's really good coverage.
I like that they took the shot there. Marsh comes up with that ball without that defensive play. That's a hell of a play by 17. Hate to see it for the Wolverines. They still need to come up with 7 on this drive. Marsh drops back. Samaj Morgan. Do they hand it off? Hand it off right into the teeth of the USC defense to the third string running back. I don't even know his name.
I don't even know his name either. I haven't seen him all year.
So not going to lie to you guys and act like I know our third string running back's name, which I probably should, but I don't. Samaj Morgan goes to the outside. Nobody was fooled at all. 18 all over this defense. This USC player is a stud. Michigan, 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. After all of that momentum, how do they step up right here? Who are you going to?
I'm McCulley or Marsh. That's what I'm going for. Or if Bryce can make a play to set up a 4th and manageable. Is that not a flag?
No flag coming in. Interception. That's it. It's like we get all of this momentum.
Wait.
And you blow it. What the fuck happened? Samaj goes deep. McCauley, I don't even know what the hell that was. Is he blocking?
He's held. Or McCauley was held on that one.
McCauley looks like he's blocking, Ryan. What the hell are we looking at? Was that ball supposed to go to Samaj early? I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, when's basketball season?
Maybe that's where we see a little read option to get Bryce going. Is that a little spot where you run him? 3rd and 10, everyone's thinking pass?
Yeah, when's basketball season? When is Dusty May going to come save our season?
You can't turn the ball over there. But more importantly, you needed a touchdown.
$2 super chat from Killer Panda. Shout out to you, and I really like this. Fire Moore, he's the Juwan Howard of football. Yeah, I kind of see that, but
I see it with getting the 5 stars and being underperforming. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. This is just a frustrating watch. This is
all of the momentum in the world.
Yes.
They were driving.
Yes.
Like crazy. Bryce Underwood's made 2 massive mistakes tonight. One, taking a 16-yard sack to put yourself out of field goal position, and 2, whatever the hell I just watched.
Yeah, and now USC just going to run the ball, try to bleed that clock. Dude, if they get a touchdown there, that's a really interesting 4th quarter. And they're going to run this clock down. But Michigan, oh, my God. Thank you, William Holloway, by the way. He tells me November 4th is basketball season. Trial City TV. He says, fire Sharon, spam in the chat for the rest of the game. He needs to leave before he loses to Ohio. Leave undefeated to that team below us. Yeah, now we are starting to hire Signetti. Yeah, no, I ain't doing that. Hate him. Who would Michigan hire? Just asking. Other than that, maybe Matt Campbell. Michigan's got a lot of money, so they could really hire whoever the fuck they want.
I would take Signetti in a heartbeat. I don't think they're moving off of him. Like, I would...
Dude, Sharon, shout out to my good friend Henry Law in the chat. He says, go Hoosiers, Ryan. Yeah, you're 100% right, Henry. Hey, shout out to your dad, by the way. Glad his IU Hoosiers are really going to make some noise this year. But, guys, Sharon Moore is not getting fired. As much as we want to say it, as much as this team has just absolutely underperformed in this game and throughout times this year, Sharon is not going to get fired. He bought himself Bryce Underwood, and he bought himself don't read my chat anywhere. He bought himself another year. He bought himself 2 to 3 years because of the Bryce Underwood. And because of the Bryce Underwood acquisition. I believe is that Bryce Underwood's 1st or 2nd pick? Oh, he threw one against Senior. That's the 2nd pick of the year. Yeah. Bryce has been fine, but there's been 2 critical situations in this game that has cost his team points. And that is the sack at the 40-ish yard line. He held a sack there. And then the interception that we just saw right there. Other than that, Bryce has been fine, but there's been instances where Michigan has needed to make a play in this game and they haven't. I'm talking the 3rd and 50 run that they gave up. The they've had 2 turnovers. They've committed 2 turnovers, and how many points did they get off those turnovers? A goose egg. 0.
Yeah, that's a great point, Ryan.
And other than that, then the interception right there, they just have not made the plays that they're supposed to make. And, and 22 Bobber has said both lines look like Swiss cheese. You're absolutely right. This offensive line fucking sucks. This defensive line tonight has fucking sucked. This team has just pissed me off. And I was really excited for this weekend. And so far, all of my teams have let me down.
Yeah, I'm almost at the point of broken. I'm almost at the point of defeat here. I tried to come on here and show all of my emotions and be straight up with you guys. A lot of it was 75% yelling yesterday because the Tigers couldn't score in a whorehouse. And you're seeing it again today. And I love Michigan football. I love my Saturdays. I love Tiger baseball. And you live and die by every pitch. They had me. They had me fooled. They had me. I completely thought that they were going to score a touchdown on that drive. I really did. The way that they were driving, they were getting first downs easily, rushing the football. They were easily throwing it, pitch and catch, first down after first down. Shout out Paul. And it's frustrating. It's extremely, extremely irritating. This team, I thought they were going to beat USC. It looks like it's going to be another loss on the road in a game where you're not favored. So, okay, you win your week schedule games. Is that supposed to mean something to me? Is that supposed to mean that you're a great team with a lot of momentum moving forward because you beat up teams that are shit?
Jeff.
No, it doesn't mean shit to me. To win games on the road when you're not favored is what actually matters to me. And Sharon Moore's inability to do it right now, obviously you won against Ohio State last year. Ohio State, that was the worst performance I've ever seen out of any performance. Michigan scored 10 points. I don't want to take anything away from Sharon, don't get me wrong, but that was a shit performance by Michigan as well. They somehow won the game.
Jeff, make us feel better.
1 second, Jeff.
Oh, my bad.
This Michigan team right now, from what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing growth. That's the issue. When you do start the freshman, you are expecting some hiccups. It's all about the growth in my eyes and how you get better throughout the season. You go into Norman, Oklahoma, you lay a goose egg or you lay a stinker right now. Oh,
and another screen. Oh, my God.
Screen, first down, USC, big play. As we have entered the fourth quarter here in LA. At the Coliseum. Yep. And, so this is it. It's just, Jeff, I want to see growth from these Michigan Wolverines, and I haven't seen it. And, yes, expectations are high. My expectations were high. I thought this team was going to go to the playoff because I saw these wide receivers step up. I saw Barnum and Moore really disrupt defenses, and you have not seen that enough today on all sides of the football.
We'll get to a couple super chats after this play. Oh, my God. This is just brutal.
8-yard rush for USC.
Let's get to a super chat here from Killer Panda. $5. Hey, shout out to him. He's been really active in this one.
Shout out.
More could beat teams with talent or letting Ohio State beat themselves. I wonder if he meant to say can't beat themselves. Ohio State did beat themselves in that game last year. I don't know why they didn't give the ball to the best player in football, in Jeremiah Smith, but instead they ran the ball. We got another one after this.
Quarterback drops back, throw over the middle. Caught, first down, USC.
Another driving.
13:30 left to put us out of our misery.
You're 100% right. Another one from Dominique Davis. Shout out to him as well. Another $5 super chat. Problem is we're relying on a freshman quarterback to be perfect today. How about an upperclassman make a play? Well, Dominique, 2 things about this. We ain't got any upperclassmen on the offense. And number 2,
we do have one. He's the wide receiver, McCulley, that looked lost out there. I don't know what Bryce was firing to. And Samaj Morgan, I don't know what the fuck that play was at all. How does that ball get thrown to a wide receiver that's not even there? That's what pisses me off, Ryan. Sorry, to our upperclassmen that can make a play. If it's a 50-50 ball and he doesn't catch it and the other guy comes down with it, I can live with that. For it to be not even close to a wide receiver that looked like he was blocking, I can't live with that shit. Go on.
The issue is our upperclassmen fucking suck. No, you're fine. That's fine. It's a completely fine rant. Let me get more after this. After this, probably Maeva's going to score a touchdown or something. Yep. Doesn't matter. They're going to get a first down on the ground because we can't tackle worth of shit. But the issue, all right. So we've talked about Bryce Underwood, and we talked about how he's a first-year starter, how he's a freshman. By the way, King Miller has absolutely killed us in this game, and he's done nothing all year. The issue about Bryce Underwood is the money. If Bryce Underwood committed to us simply as, just a recruit, we didn't have to go give him $12 million to come here, I don't think there would have been an issue. However, when you give this dude $12 million, and when the expectation is so high, not kind of on par of Arch Manning, has to be some expectations. And I thought Bryce has been fine this year up to this point. And there's finally a good stop on the ground.
Force a long field goal, have him miss it, you still got a shot in this game. That's your key to success.
Yep, pretty much. Now they've got to drop back and sling it. Now they have to throw. The issue is the price tag, and there's got to be some sort of expectations. We do have a Wolverine down. I think that looks like wind knocked out of him. That's Cole Sullivan, stud linebacker, by the way. But Bryce he's a 5-star. He's a true freshman. I get it, but he's got to make plays. And there's been time and time again in this game where we have not made plays at all, whether that's offensively and defensively. And that comes down to coaching. That comes down to the defensive coordinator, Wink Martindale, a.k.a. Don Brown 2.0, Dr. Blitz. Let's just not adjust to anything all game long. USC, Nick, USC offensively has not done anything that's crazy. Maeva has not done anything that makes me go, wow, Jaden Maeva is an absolute dog, and I can see him going in the first round. It's just screens.
Yeah.
That's all it is, and we can't stop a damn screen.
Yeah. His wide receivers have made insane catches today, to be honest. 2 of them on the sidelines and then the touchdown one. Their wide receivers have really picked him up in the spots where they needed it, unlike the Michigan wide receivers. But I'm not going to let Bryce, skate by. I think that's a very bad interception where you're not on the same page with your wide receivers. It's 3rd and 10 in the red zone, and you throw a ball to a wide receiver that's not even close, who is blocking his cornerback while the other guy is just nowhere close. So it looks like this team right now is just got a long way to go. And it's like, it's frustrating as all hell, to be honest. I'm like, what is going on with this Michigan Wolverines team? Because I do expect mistakes, but I expect mistakes where it's not that kind of misplay. We got to shout out the super chat from Dominique Davis. You the man, Nick. I was crashing out during the Tigers game last night with you, and we have to sit through this BS. I don't know how you do it. I'm trying not to crash out again today. Dominique, dude, I was up till 3:30 last night because I was all fired up on coffee. I'm driving home down Woodward, down to downtown Detroit. I'm trying to listen to Good Vibes Country, and I'm just trying not to just turn into the other lane, go down. No, all jokes aside, don't ever do that. And prayers up for anybody with mental health issues. Don't do that. But it was a dark place right now. It's a dark place as a Michigan fan, as a Tiger fan. And we appreciate the super chat. We're all going through this together. Yeah. Obviously, you're not in this chat if you're not a Michigan fan, or if you do want to see Michigan pain. You're 100% seeing it. This team's not coming through right now. Shout out Dominique. Much love to you guys and everybody in the chat. Smash that like button. Share the stream with your buddies. And, Michigan's getting their ass beat here, Ryan.
Jeff, Nick and I are crashing out right now. Calm us down.
Something positive.
The good news is that this is a freshman quarterback who you're going to have here for quite a while, and he has shown a lot of potential. And I think you guys are maybe taking a little bit away from USC. You're making it seem like Michigan's losing to a very bad team. They're losing to a really good team, in my opinion. USC,
I like it.
USC this year, I'm honestly, I mean, they really do look good on both sides of the ball. They have superstars.
Oh, big drop. Big drop. USC.
Yeah.
First time we've seen that tonight. My bad, Jeff.
No, you're good.
Continue, Jeff.
But they have superstars on both sides of the ball. And I'm really surprised with USC's defense this year. They're actually a really tough defense this year under Lincoln Riley, which is actually very surprising because usually it's the defense for USC that completely destroys all their hopes and dreams for being in the college football playoffs. And I know they got a star over there who will be in the NFL one day, in Mekhi Lemon.
You're right. There's
Possibly
got to be
a hold. Possibly a hold.
Yeah, there should probably be a hold in there. You're right, Jeff. I think USC.
Did Michigan just get a stop?
Who knows? Probably not.
Holding. Offense. Penalty declined. 4th down. No?
I honestly don't even know what down. I was listening to Jeff. Jeff, you're right.
Sorry, one sec. We got to update the people. What's the fuck's going on real quick?
I think the people do know what's going on. We are really behind. That's bad voice crack. 3rd and 20. Oh, God. 3rd and 20. I didn't look at the chat, but this just smells bad because of what happened last time.
Sorry, Jeff. Continue for... Fuck, my bad.
I mean,
Jeff, you're right. It's a USC's a good team.
Yeah, it's
was
a
a great
good
point.
team. I mean, don't be discouraged by losing to this USC team, because, like I said, they are a good team this year, and I feel like they're gonna probably shock someone else along the road especially when you get into the conference play.
I like
they're gonna
that
shock
point.
a couple teams.
3rd and 20 outside. Wide receiver takes it
That's Lemon.
to the
6, I think.
36.
That's still within field goal range.
4th down. Quarterback coming off. This will be the field goal kicker coming on. Jeff, I think that is a phenomenal point. They lost to an Illinois team that, they got beat by Ohio State today, but that is an Illinois team that was ranked in the top 10, at one point. It's an Illinois team that is, projected to do some pretty good things this year. Looks like their kicker, he's a freshman. He's 8 of 9 with a long of 48. This one's going to be longer than that. 54-yard attempt for any momentum, any hope in this game for this not to be a 3-score game. Michigan Wolverines got to come up big here with a miss. Wide left, shake it left, down the middle, down the pipe, and it's fucking through it. God damn it.
You got a little bit on there, didn't you, Ryan?
Thanks, Jeff.
Like I said, I feel like you guys shouldn't crash out too much. Jeff,
for the sake of this game being a game, I needed that to be a effing miss.
Yeah.
That's why I'm crashing out.
If this game could still be a game, this game is definitely not over. I mean, it's 10 minutes left. We've seen crazy things happen in college sports before, especially college football. But I feel like now is a chance for the Michigan offense just to respond and make themselves feel like they're being competitive out here. I feel like that's kind of where this game is going to. Just show some toughness, show some grit to you. Don't let them just walk all over you for the remainder of this 4th quarter.
Cannot believe that they just sunk that field goal.
This game's over at this point. This is just that throw from me on the can. There's a lot of cameras in front of me, so I don't really want to hit anything. And get in trouble and have to pay for a new camera. But Michigan, they're not losing 8 games. Oh my God, guys. They suck. They are fraudulent. If Michigan won this game, I think they were a lock to make the playoff. And my prediction was 8-4, 9-3 this year. That was my prediction for Michigan this year. And again, I'm starting to become right on it, and I don't want to be right. But Michigan, my level for Michigan making the playoff now is completely shot. They are not going to make the college football playoff as of right now. They are going to lose this game. And, again, it all comes down to the Ohio State game. Their schedule is very easy. The schedule is Washington, who did not win a road game last year. They then have Purdue, Maryland, Northwestern, Michigan State, I think, left. And Michigan will win those games. But I don't see them beating what?
Hold it now.
Oh, you think your Spartans got a shot, Jeff?
This rivalry game is looking a little bit excited now. You know, earlier I thought this was going to be over, but now we might have an exciting rivalry game. Both teams struggled against USC. You know, Ryan, I did have a friend of mine text me. He's a Michigan fan, and he told me this team, the play calling still sucks from last year. The true freshman mistakes, which we've already talked about. But he also said that the lackluster tackling on this team
Yeah.
has been
Tackles all over
a
the place
downfall.
tonight.
Shout out to my boy
Michigan
Johnny.
looks to get the ball back here, fellas. Everybody in the Woodward Sports group chat, we appreciate you guys, the Woodward Sports chat. Yeah, this is a tough spot for Michigan. It's a tough spot. Tigers obviously got dismantled last night in the 15th inning. Michigan's losing right now, looking like dog shit. Honestly, to see any life here and score a quick touchdown would be phenomenal for my brain and dopamine. Yeah, let's see this happen because
Jeff.
Yeah.
To your friend's point, the dude is a certified ball knower. So shout out your friend. I would say the play calling is not as bad as last year. They were so limited last year of what they could even do. So anything, I mean, they've been fine. They've gotten Bryce out in spots that they want. The issue is they haven't identified what they want to be yet in Michigan, and tackling is the biggest thing. They can't tackle worth of shit. This team sucks. I hate them.
All right, here we go again. We are down 17 points, 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Crazier things have happened. It's Bryce Underwood. Takes a snap. Handoff up the middle. Jordan Marshall, 7 yards. Get to the line. Get to the line fast and get in first down. Let's go.
This game is just washed. This game is lost. 17 points down. 9.
All right, Ryan. I am going to call this game as if it is tied and show some emotion here.
Yeah, but we're cooked.
Listen,
chat, we're cooked.
Let's go. Come on, we ain't over yet. All right.
yeah, there you go. That's what I want to hear. Now,
If
come
I'm gonna
on,
call
now.
a
Jeff,
game,
we're
I am
cooked.
not
It
gonna
ain't
do
over yet.
negatively. I'm
You know,
gonna do
it's
it
not
with
over
some
until
pep in my
that
fucking step.
clock
Let's
reads
go.
0.
Michigan.
And
Bryce Underwood
jeez.
fumbles the handoff. Throws it deep. Caught by Marsh. Down
There
the
you
left
go.
field line. Let's go. Andrew Marsh. Touchdown. Wolverines. Freshman to freshman. Talk about some life, Jeff. Talk about some life, Ryan. You just saw it there. How about a 3-and-out at the next possession? Andrew Marsh. If you want a positive out of today, it is that Andrew Marsh has solidified himself as wide receiver number 1 in this Michigan offense. Bryce Underwood, great throw right over the outstretched arm of big playmaker number 17. Makes a man miss. Andrew Marsh, big touchdown. Are we back? We may be, but this defense certainly has to step up. That field goal is looming very big that he made that.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going for 2. I don't understand. What the
Is this? I don't understand this either. You're still going to be down 2 scores. I don't understand that. You're down 2 scores.
Why?
Either way.
What the
What?
That's a coaching mistake to me. That's Sharon Moore coaching mistake.
It's an 11-point game now?
You should have definitely just went for 1 because it would have been a 2 points. It would have been a 2-score game either way. And now you're going to need 2 touchdowns instead of a touchdown and a field goal.
Now you have to go for 2.
That's a mistake.
Why are we
So
going
say you go for it and you get it. It's 24-19. So they're thinking touchdown and field goal wins it. So that's what that mindset is, right? So all right, I'm doing math on air here. So it would be 24-15. So 24-15 is a 9-point game. So a touchdown and field goal wins it. That was his thought.
I
But
still
a
wouldn't,
touchdown
I
and a
still
field
wouldn't
goal
have even
wins it.
gone for it.
But now you need a touchdown and either a 2-point conversion. If you miss on that 2-point conversion,
now you need
another
mindset.
touchdown.
All right.
That was the mindset there, because if it was 24-15, a touchdown and a field goal wins that game. That is what the predicted was. So maybe an onside kick late. Donovan Zavada bombs it through. I hate the play call, I'll tell you that. You're going one-on-one in the outside. How about a little read option with your 5-star, 6'5" beast of a quarterback? Or rush the ball with Jordan Marshall. To throw a one-on-one to the outside there, Ryan, what the are we doing?
Nick, you have 9 minutes left. That's more than enough
Jeff,
time
we're
to get
cooked.
a defensive stop. So you didn't have to play it as if you had to get that onside if you scored again.
Yeah, I know. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm trying to find out why the hell he did it.
He's trying to find some logic. That's what he's trying. So I would say
that's the logic there. That is a touchdown and field goal wins it, compares to tie it. But
shout out Dominique Davis once again. I've been a part of 2 Michigan live streams, and they're both going to be losses, so I got to really stop doing these. He was active in the Oklahoma watch party, and he's active in this one as well. Shout out to him. $5 super chat. I know he's a freshman, but it kills me because one play I see a great throw.
I do not agree with the move from Moore. Sorry about that, Brian.
I know he's a freshman, but it kills me because one play I see a great throw, then the next play Bryce misses a layup. But why go for 2? Dominic, we're trying to figure that out too, dude, man. We still don't understand why they went for 2. It doesn't matter. 9-point game, 11-point game. It doesn't matter. I would have just kicked the PAT, gone up, or go down by 10, then it becomes a really interesting game. But no, chat, we're cooked. Unless for some reason Maeva or Miller fumble the ball and we return it for a touchdown by the defense. That's the only way I see us getting back in this game, or just forcing a turnover. But chat, I think we're cooked at this point. But if there's gonna be a positive from this, it's Andrew Marsh, and we're seeing a star start to form right in front of our eyes.
Unless we get a pick 6 here, but luckily Sharon Moore went for 2 very early. I don't understand it. I was trying to make sense of it, chat. I don't agree with it at all. I just think that killed momentum for a team that had all the momentum in the world. Not sure exactly what the hell just happened, but I do know that Bryce Underwood just fired this ball to the right corner, and there was nobody even close. He could have ran that ball in literally with his eyes closed.
You know, I do love the play call. I think it was just
one-on-one to the outside. I mean,
it wasn't over. He was open. It was an overthrow by Bryce, but those are the freshman mistakes that you expect.
We've seen so many today. We see big touchdown play and then boom. That's why I'm running him, Jeff. I'm not allowing him to make that mistake on the throw. I am running his ass into the end zone.
That's why I'm kicking the extra point.
Big stop on first down. They try to run it up the middle. Come on, baby. Not dead yet. 9 minutes left. If they can get a 3 and out here, this is big. But yeah, they're gonna need to go for 2. I don't fucking get it.
Jeff, how many total viewers have we had today?
Don't say that out loud. Yeah,
No. I was gonna say shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
Shout out to the chat though. The chat is doing amazing.
Shout
out to
amazing.
Chat. That's what we talk about.
Hell
yeah, baby.
We've
I was
reached
gonna get there and
250
say,
likes, baby.
150, 250.
250.
Let's go.
I was just gonna give them a whole shout out because they've been really fun. Oh my god, I thought he was gonna OBJ that.
We'll keep it a little secret till the end.
Yeah. But no, I just want to give you guys all a shout out in the chat, especially anyone that's gave us any super chats. We really appreciate all the support.
Shout out you guys.
I think Justin's doing the Washington one next week. I won't be here for it, so that's a good thing, because every time I do these,
we got a big 30-10 here, Ryan. I mean, keep being negative. Things are turning around. So
every time I've done these, they lose. So all
right, Barnum on the left side. I would like to see a fumble, sack, touchdown here by Barnum. Let's go. I'm turning off the big wide open. Oh, ball's out.
Is that a catch?
Let's see if they rule this complete.
No, they're calling him down immediately.
Yeah, but is it? I don't know. They
see
can't
if it
get
moves.
off.
See if it moves. Oh, and it's a helmet first.
That's probably a catch. That's a catch. Good job, and dude. Why do they keep?
The play was called dead.
Hold on.
Is he challenging this?
I don't think.
It looks like they're going to review this.
So last year,
that's his first.
So
This is the one you challenged, not the other one.
I hope he's not challenging this, because now you lose a timeout if you're wrong.
I think they're gonna ask.
he is challenging it. So last year, oh my God, this is really gonna start pissing me off. Last year, how many questionable, how many just stupid challenges did Sharon Moore have last year? I remember there was one against Oregon, I think with Colson Loveland, about like it was clearly an incomplete catch. It was completely out of bounds. But yet he challenged it. And it just seems time and time again, Sharon Moore just seems to be an idiot in moments like this in terms of coaching, in terms of, so they've already decided that it's a catch. Oh, my God, this is just.
So we just burned a timeout?
We just burned a timeout for no reason. I don't even know if
Sharon Moore, back-to-back boneheaded decisions by the Michigan head coach as you burn a timeout that is going to come up crucial as you find yourself down 11 points. You needed the big third down stop. Ryan, what'd you say before the show?
They need to get off the field and third down. They can't.
Yep, exactly.
I'm truly thinking right now, Michigan loses this game. This is fully on Sharon Moore. Those two calls, the timeout, and before that, the going for two when you could have kicked an extra point to make it.
Oh, right side. Got him. Nope. Space. Screen.
5 yards.
5 yards.
I hate this team.
I think a lot of it is on this defense. A lot of it is on Bryce Underwood for taking the sack. That's 3 points that should be on the board right now, and then throwing the interception when you're on, the 30. As we got a defensive tackle down.
That's Trey Pierce,
They're
I believe.
taking a call. Shout out everybody in the chat. We still have a chance. We shall see how this one goes, as they might go to a. We'll see here. Catherine Tappan reporting. 11-point USC lead, 24-13. Yeah, the big mistakes in this one is the Bryce Underwood trying to escape the blitz. Takes a big loss to put you out of field goal position, so that's 3 points. You take away an interception from Bryce Underwood, which he threw to nobody. And you talk about the third and longs that we have continuously let on for the USC first downs. They've created 2 turnovers in this game. The Michigan Wolverines defense, none would be bigger than right now. And if, he can't put fucking weight on it.
A huge turnover here would go a long way in shifting the momentum of this game.
Could we, another super chat just right now. I was going to bring up a point, but I'd rather read this. Dante151 again, $4.99 super
Shout
chat.
out, Dante.
The commentator said Bryce needed to either throw it to the outside corner of the end zone or throw it to outside in the end zone on that too. And it's message retracted. I can't even finish the read. Again, Dante, we appreciate the super chat. I think he was referring to the 2-point conversion. I didn't read it all the way.
Yeah.
I don't know why it says message retracted. Jeff, if you can read that, if you can, let us know and then read it for us.
We're literally winning the turnover battle, and we're down 11 points.
That's 100% right. But we can't. We have not heard anything from the commentators just because it is muted. But yeah, if he's referring to that 2-point conversion, it was really dumb. I don't even care anymore. This team sucks.
You read the whole thing. That was what he said.
Shout out everybody in the Woodward Sports chat right now. 272 of you guys watching live. You need a big play from Michigan. They fake it. Go to the outside all day on the outside. These cornerbacks have been getting blitzed all game long. The Zeke Berry interception was the biggest play. But look at how much space 27 allows. Who is that?
Jaden Sanders, true freshman.
Jaden Sanders gave that outside receiver all damn day. Now, Lincoln Riley with his walkie-talkie.
I think his headset is just messed up. They're just
allowing this clock to bleed. I cannot believe that they got a first down on that third down. That's literally going to cost us 4 minutes, possibly.
I'm just losing ideas to talk about at this point because Michigan is just pissing me off.
I'm going to watch this game. 21 to the outside all day. Big shoulder drop. Hausman gets up talking shit, as there probably is a flag thrown here. No flag yet. Hausman talks shit after he literally got dropped. Helmet to helmet. Let's see how many yards he gained after the hit. 1, 2, 3 yards after the hit. Hausman, probably not the time to be talking mad shit.
I think what Hausman was trying to do, because the
Fire up his team?
No, the old saying is second guy gets caught. So Hausman was probably just trying to say something to get the dude to react, to do something dumb.
Ooh, I like it.
I think that's all that was. Hausman's a very smart football player. He's a veteran. That's probably what he was just trying to do.
See, they run the ball up the middle again.
First down. Maybe not.
Stop short, just short of the 30-yard line, I believe. This is it for the Michigan Wolverines. They need a big stop here. Need to get a push, negative yards for the USC Trojans. If they kick a field goal, it's a 2-touchdown game.
The angry Astro, you're just pissing me off, man. Just remember, MSU put up 31 points against USC at 3 a.m. Yeah, you're right. That's why it just pisses me off, because you're correct. And that shitty-ass MSU offense and team just put up more points than Michigan did tonight. And Michigan will probably be unranked after this. And
Rush
a
up the middle,
down.
First down. First down, Trojans.
This is just a
As
hard
we have
watch at this point.
entered already under 5 minutes in this one.
Nick, how are you just like just these last 2 days? How have you just able to do this? This would just, if I did last night and then today.
It's the job here, Gilinski.
Just
It's
the
the job
job.
here. It's a
Yeah,
job
fair
here,
enough,
rookie.
fair enough. Yeah, I got
You roll with the punches. I don't know. This is a first for me too, honestly. I'm pissed off. I'm upset, but people are here because we are here to break down this game. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to try to find the light at the end of the tunnel, even though there isn't one.
no.
As USC goes all the way.
fight on! Go USC!
Touchdown Trojans, as their sea opened up, the Red Sea in the middle. 29 yards rushing touchdown for Brian Jackson.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff.
this is hard.
You want to sit on the desk while I just go home at this point? Like, you just want to sit up here?
Hey, Jeff, give me a solo cam here.
I got you.
What the heck?
Michigan Wolverines went into this ball game and got absolutely cooked. This is a terrible, no good performance by Sharon Moore and the fellas. Bryce Underwood, not good enough. Sharon Moore, not good enough. Wink Martindale, did you show up today? Did you come to coach? Because this
He's there.
whole entire performance by this defense has been despicable. And also, Chip Lindsey? What the fuck were you doing? That was not planned. You can't make up a sneeze. Ryan?
Michigan football. You know, Michigan. So, Larry Ellenson spent all this money. We shit-talked programs and fan bases all year long, all offseason that, oh, man, Bryce Underwood, he's going to be at this team. You know, we're back. This team is going to make a step. We are going into the college football playoff. So far this season, we've had two big games, and we lost both of them. And there's only 3 games on this schedule that were actually tough, and we will probably go 0-3 in them. We lost to Oklahoma that we had no business being in the game. We're going to lose to USC here that I said like 20 minutes ago, and we had no business being in the game. Ohio State will probably beat us. Yet, we have a head coach who constantly wants to give the other side bulletin board material and just piss them off. We also have a head coach that doesn't understand the game of football and doesn't know how to use like timeouts, challenges, anything like that because he's a dumbass. We have a defensive coordinator that just reminds me of Don Brown. Dr. Blitz. Let's just blitz everyone. This quarterback, Jaden Maeva, hasn't done shit all game except throw screens and constant crossing patterns. We're making Jaden Maeva look like a damn first-round top 5 draft pick that he's not. We have a defensive coordinator that can't figure out that they're just going to throw a screen all game long, and Lincoln Riley is not a dumbass. He's just there and he is just picking apart this team. Offensively, Chip Lindsey, Bryce Underwood, not good enough today. It's not, and I don't care that's a true freshman. I don't care that it's just one game. This game, if they win, we're in the playoff, 100%. Now we have to play the number one team at the end of the year. We have to play the number one team at the end of the year in Ohio State that's already pissed off because they've lost 4 straight games, and Michigan's been talking shit all season long, all off season. And we might get boat raced by them because this Michigan team sucks. We don't have Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant to save us like we did last year. We just don't. We don't have Josiah Stewart to save us last year, like last year. This team, Michigan, is so fraudulent. This team is fraudulent. We struggled. We struggled against a bum-ass 4-win team. They're going to win 4 games all year in Wisconsin. This team is so fraudulent. This Bryce Underwood just gets killed right there. This offensive line sucks. Sucks. Grant Newsome, offensive line coach, should be out of here after this year. He sucks. Last year sucks. Michigan is so fraudulent, and it's so sad to say because this Michigan team, I had such high expectations. Dominic Davis, another $5 super chat. Hats off to USC. They dominated. Michigan came in talking shit, and I'd around and found out, simple as that. Probably effed around and found out, simple as that. You're 100% right, Dominic. I just mentioned that in my little rant. I didn't even see your $5 super chat, but shout out to you, Dominic. You've been great all night long. But it's completely what they did. Sharon gave USC bulletin board material by saying it's only sold out because Michigan's here. Dude, there's not even Michigan fans in the building. Like, look at it. It's all gold and yellow or whatever USC's colors are. And Sharon Moore, being the dumbass that he is, it's 3rd and 21. I didn't even watch the last play because this team sucks. Like, this team is utter garbage. We are not doing a damn thing this year. Probably 8 wins is what I would say because they're probably going to lose another one because they're just dumb and stupid. It's going to be an 8-win team. It's going to be an 8-4 season. What to do in the bowl game could care less because we're not even making the playoffs. Doesn't even matter. But 8-win season for the Wolverines this year. This team is utter garbage.
I think they had a terrible performance tonight.
They didn't look ready to play?
They did not look ready to play. I'm trying to find any light right now.
And the only light is Andrew Marsh. That's it.
Yeah. Bryce didn't look good. I missed those couple plays. I was in the bathroom. I apologize. Yeah, this sucks. I'm trying to find something here to give you guys, but they got outbeat at every level in football. You're not going to win. Special teams, our punter couldn't flip the field one time when we did have to punt. Their field goal kicker made a plus 54-yarder, so that's great for them, and it turned all momentum. We go for it. We go for 2. We don't get it. They completely come down, obliterate all momentum that we had, which they've done all game long. 3rd and long, we come back, and every single time that there's been a big 3rd and long, Jordan Marshall tries to get to the outside. He does. Big gain.
It's a really good run.
Oh, get up, please. Get up. Please get up.
And he's limping too. Awesome.
Jordan Marshall goes down with an injury, bounces back up, but he will not probably head to the field as Jordan Marshall is banged up to go along with Justice Haynes, who hasn't returned since the first quarter in this game. He's trying to get back in there. It is 4th and 5. 13-31 USC. 3 minutes left. You got to go for it, obviously. Bryce Underwood, it is put up or shut up right here. 4th and 5. He's got his 3rd-string running back to his left. USC, tons of pressure on the line. Drops back. Pressure up the middle. Throws behind his receiver. USC will take over at their own 30-yard line. No pressure was picked up by this Michigan Wolverine offensive line. And as if it wasn't bad enough, 31-13 after 30. This may be the biggest win of the Lincoln Riley era in USC. And this could be an absolute game changer for the trajectory of their program. As we talked about the Michigan Wolverines and their playoff hopes, they look to be dwindling as we are watching it. A meltdown live on air. Bryce Underwood wide-eyed there. His pressure was coming at his face, and you could not see it. Pause. Lincoln Riley fired up. USC looks to take over this game, and they have. And this, I was shitting on the crowd too. They were panned, and they were loud right there. You could see as they panned to the crowd. This is a tough spot for the Michigan Wolverines. How do they respond at home against Washington?
Yeah, this game is washed. This game, I mean, we could just start the post-game show right now if you really want to. I'm just kidding. There's still 3 minutes left.
We're just going to rock it on the same stream.
It's fine. I was just making a joke. Yeah, how do they respond next week to Washington? I mean, Washington has a really good dual-threat quarterback in DeMond Williams, I believe is his name. He's a really good player. Washington, they're a good team. Again, the remaining schedule. Apparently, Maryland has an Oregon logo. Just by looking at that graphic, apparently Maryland is Oregon. But I would say, so Washington is probably the toughest game.
Washington, Michigan State, Purdue. What do you think their record is?
They have to go 3-0. There's no question. I would say they go 3-0. Purdue's not good. Washington, they got to travel out east to Michigan or to Ann Arbor. Michigan State sucks. Look at Jeff.
Hey, hold on now. Like I said, you said who are you giving Michigan's losses to for the rest of the season?
Ohio State.
That's it.
I mean, obviously this.
Let me tell you something. They're gonna lose 2 of their rivalry games this year. They're gonna go down to Michigan State. And they're going to go down to Ohio State.
I don't know how you can say that the same day that Michigan State just got boat raced at home by USC, a way worse program than USC.
Sometimes you got to have a little blind faith, you know?
I mean, yeah, no doubt about it. Shout out nobody with the super chat. Oh, we cannot act like traveling to West Coast on one day's time is ideal as well. That offense is being wasted. SMH, you know what, nobody? How did Indiana do in Oregon? I don't want to hear it at all. At all. That is a effing excuse, and it's weak. And I appreciate the super chat, but that's bullshit. They are in the Big Ten now. This is how you have to play. Did it affect Indiana today, Ryan?
No.
It didn't. I don't want to hear it.
You know, also.
That's bullshit, nobody. Don't make excuses for a team that doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, some people are about to say what I'm about to say. Sorry, Jeff. But UCLA traveled to Michigan and beat the shit out of MSU. So 2 teams that had to travel a long distance came out with the victory. And the one team that had to travel a long distance in Michigan couldn't come out with a victory. This team is just trash, guys. I had high expectations for this team, and rightfully so. I mean, they won a national championship 2 years ago. I understand new coaching staff and all that fun stuff. But when you spend $12 million on a quarterback, $4 million a year, expectations are high simply because of that. And Michigan, they were not ready in this game at all. They weren't. Wink Martindale could not adjust to a team just throwing checkdowns and screens down the field. Maeva, I think, has made 2 impressive throws all night. He's made 2 impressive throws. And other than that, it's just simply screens and dinks and dunks down the field. That's all it's been. Michigan. Can we just make the team Uber home at this point? They're all getting paid massive amounts of money. Just make them Uber home. Don't give them food. Don't give them food on the plane ride home. They deserve to lose. Unless it's Andrew Marsh. You let him eat because that dude has been eating all night long. But other than that, this team is trash. This team is not making the playoff. They're not making the playoff this year. If they won this game, you could have said it. But they are not making the playoff. I think we have to readjust our expectations because they're not making the playoff.
Yeah, they're for sure not making the playoff unless they wake up and gain some momentum going into that OSU game, which I'm not going to write them off ever as they've won 4 straight. This is the year we need to get boat raced by OSU. Winning buys more time to ruin the program. Shout out 313 Raised. I want Sharon gone. This team plays uninspired under him. We need a real leader of men. They played way more disciplined and inspired under Biff. Honestly, 313, I thought they did as well. This is a tough, you're going out to USC. I thought you were going to win this game, but the way USC played in this game, it gave me hints of old school Oklahoma when that team was actually rolling. It really did. But it doesn't give any excuse for the Michigan defense. That just means you're not really good and you can't compete with those teams. And I just think for them to, bounce back from this is you got to do the same thing at home against Washington that USC just did to you. You really got to take care of business and take it to them and kind of embarrass them, because that's what USC just did to you at their home place. And I wasn't yelling at you for that point. I just think we can't give guys excuses. And I appreciate you're always in the chats. You're a big time, supported member in the Woodward Sports chat. I'm just pissed off at the sentiment that we're giving this team any excuses, because you shouldn't. And they don't deserve excuses. People talking Bryce wasted $12 million. That's also bullshit. Your freshman needs to learn from his mistakes. That's the part that makes me upset. You see the talent, though, from Bryce. You saw it on the Marsh touchdown. You saw it on the Bryce Underwood run. The thing that pisses me off is we only ran him once today. One time. That is never acceptable when Bryce Underwood is your quarterback. Ever. One design run? It's bullshit. That's what pisses me off. And that goes down to Chip Lindsey and Sharon Moore. Honestly, and if Chip Lindsey's not writing up enough plays for him, then that's one thing. But the amount of times that I saw Bryce Underwood run under Pogge and against Nebraska and against CMU, way more than what I've seen so far from the 2 weeks since Sharon Moore's been back. I don't know if it's because he got banged up a little bit. Looks like USC's punting here under 2 minutes to the end zone as we got a touchback. We got to go blue. Y'all expectations way too high. Sounds like you're coping, actually, if you want me to be honest. Spam Biff Pogge for head coach. Be aggressive. Kurt Cignetti for coach. I do like Cignetti a lot. I think he's done a great job with that Indiana program. I'm hurt right now. Fucking Tigers lost. Michigan just got boat raced by USC. This is not how I wanted this to go. Jim Harbaugh is a great coach. Yeah, he's good. Greg says, Nick, you good? No, I'm not. I'm actually not at all. I'm not good. And for this reason, Michigan has a long way to go. As we had now seen Jaden Davis for the first time. We have thrown in the backups, waved the white flag. This game's over. Shout out to all 247 of you guys watching tonight. This was not the way we wanted it to go. I know there are some USC fans in there, but majority of the fans in here.
And
obviously,
we benched Bryce Underwood.
Yeah, I know. Terrible. But sacked and fumbled, says Baby Gaga. Yikes. If that's true, oh my God.
We're cooked.
Yeah, this has been a disaster of a game, but shout out everybody, every single one of you guys in the Woodward Sports chat throughout. We truly appreciate you guys being here tonight. This has been a stinker by the Michigan Wolverines. Anytime it looked like we had life, they let us down.
Right back.
Yeah, they let us down. That big home run ball by Bryce Underwood to Andrew Marsh looked like we had some momentum. What did Sharon Moore do? He went for 2 and literally snatched all momentum. They came down and scored a touchdown on you. So not great from what I've seen so far from these Michigan Wolverines, as, oh my Lord, they just ran it on 3rd and 12, and Jordan Marshall is actually hurt this time. No. Yeah, looks to be grabbing his hand. No. I don't know how you bench Bryce Underwood, but you have Jordan Marshall running the ball there. Boneheaded move by Sharon Moore. You're already down your first string running back, and you have Jordan Marshall taking a snap. That shit pisses me off. Bryce Underwood not in the game, but you have your second string running back, who's now your starter, in the game, and Jordan Marshall taking big hits, and you're going for it. 4th and 15, obviously you have to, but let's see if Jaden Davis has any arm talent here.
Atta boy!
Jesus.
Interception. Throws the ball right to number 19, who has been all over. Actually, is that a different player? Yeah, I was thinking of 17. But, yeah, this is absolute disaster from the Michigan Wolverines in this game, Ryan. I just want to know, as we get set to start a little bit of a post-game here, honestly, there's not too much to hit on, so we'll keep it kind of short and sweet for you guys. Put it in the chat if you have something, the biggest reason why the Michigan Wolverines lost this game. Make sure you guys let us know in the Woodward Sports chat. Get off your take why the Michigan Wolverines came up empty tonight and looks like They have lost by 18 points at USC, only putting up 13 points, giving up 31. Let us know in the chat your biggest reasons why they lost. Ryan, your biggest reason why they lost tonight.
My biggest reason is I think they didn't make adjustments. I think that's the biggest thing is they didn't make adjustments in this game at all. Referring mainly to Wink Martindale. What?
Just on the cam.
Oh.
Slide over. You're good.
Yeah, I gotcha. Sorry about that. But no, they didn't make adjustments in this game at all. They looked ill-prepared.
Yep.
This team is about to go unranked. They're 100% going to be unranked. This team is fraudulent. This Michigan football team are frauds. And I didn't want to believe it, but I do now. This team is totally fraudulent. They are not good. They just seem to be ill-prepared all the time. I would like to hear what Lincoln Riley is saying, but can't. Also, a $4.99 super chat to 313 raised again. He's been active in this one. He says, sad thing is we can't fire more because Bryce would probably leave too. We really stuck in a hard place for now. I mean, yeah, I think if we got rid of Sharon, Bryce would probably leave as well. And
I don't think he's here because of Sharon.
No, it's.
I don't think he's here
there's
because of
12 million reasons why Bryce Underwood is here, and Sharon ain't one of them.
Yeah, so I think that if you could get an upgrade, I think that Bryce could stick around.
Yeah, and again, the money will not be an issue with Michigan, but my biggest reason why they lost is ill-prepared and not making adjustments in game. Did you also read the $20 one?
Got that one. Shout out. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, just seemed ill-prepared, and Sharon Moore didn't have his team fired up to go into USC for the biggest game of their season. Mm-hmm. I don't give a shit that USC was unranked. They were an underdog in this game, and once again, they lay a stinker as an underdog, and it seems like this is starting to be his, this is kind of his, attribute as a Michigan head coach. You're going into a game in the 2025 season with your freshman quarterback, and you don't have him ready to go on the road in an environment where you're not favored, where everything's not handed to you. You saw Pogge be able to get a big win at Nebraska, but you go into USC, they're all smiles because they just kicked your ass at home, and it sucks to see. But I guess my biggest reason is going to be Wink Martindale. I think Wink Martindale today got exposed as a defensive coordinator because if you have an offensive-minded head coach like Lincoln Riley, he can expose you, and he can expose you early and often, and that's exactly what you saw today. We are lucky that this is a 31-13 game. This easily could have been 45-13 if it wasn't for those 2 turnovers in the Michigan territory that you saw. That should have been 2 more touchdowns. So it's just crazy that, I mean, even a 31-13, 31-13, like, this game was not this close at all. So I think Wink Martindale not having this defense ready to go at all, you've got to see, Ryan Day really just, look.
Licking his chops.
Look confused last year.
Oh.
But it wasn't confusion because Wink Martindale. It was confusion because he continued to try to run the ball up the middle against Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant. And I'll tell you, you'll lose that game 100 times out of 100. Wink Martindale needs to figure his shit out because he just went up against a coach that can coach, offensive that is, and he just picked apart the Wink Martindale defense. And if you're seeing that now, you're going to see a lot of quick passes against OSU, and they're going to beat you to obliterate. And honestly, not even just OSU. Shout out, Jeff. Is Nick Marsh out for the year? Is he running? Is he good? Nick Marsh? Sorry, not out for the year. I saw he was banged up last week. My bad. Did he play today?
Nick Marsh was good. He was there. He played the game. He actually
watch out for Nick Marsh because Aiden Childs is going to get the ball out early and often to Nick Marsh against MSU, and you better be effing ready because you just saw what happened with the wide receiver 1 and USC. You better wake the F up right now. This game isn't in Ann Arbor. It's in Spartan Stadium this year. And, Jeff, I'm with you. You better be fucking careful because if you do lose to State and you do lose to OSU and you do lose to Washington, yeah, there actually will be talks of firing Sharon Moore, and they would be valid at that point.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this Michigan season can go really sideways in a hurry. And I think that's also college football and college athletics as a whole now, just because of how the team makeups are. I think this loss could definitely de-escalate this season based on, you're kind of out of the playoff at this point unless you beat Ohio State. And based on how the season's going, I have no confidence in Michigan beating Ohio State at this point. And I should, because the worst Michigan football team I've seen in a decade, maybe not a decade because 2020 sucked, but in 5 years beat Ohio State and they won a national championship. But look, no, Bryce Underwood is not leaving at this point. He's not leaving, guys.
Everybody's crashing out about the Bryce Underwood thing is fucking insane. It's probably State fans.
But probably, but Bryce is not leaving. This team is not leaving. It's a very young team, and that's like the only positive I can really take out of this is because this is a very young team. And there's a chat here from Nate, and I've thought about this for a while. He says Moore seems like Brady Hoke 2.0. He's recruiting the talent, but fundamentals seem to be lacking. Also, offensive play calling isn't the greatest. If we go back to that Brady Hoke era, Brady Hoke recruited a really high clip. Jabril Peppers, 5-star recruit. The team was like a 5-win team, and he still was able to land 5 stars. And if you look back at the 2015, 2016 teams, at the first couple of years of Harbaugh, that was all Brady Hoke guys, and that was a very good team. That 2016 team especially was a damn good football team. And Michigan is recruiting at a high clip as well. But look, I think Michigan is an 8-win team in the regular season at this point. They're going to slip up another time. I don't know to who, but they're going to slip up at another time. I think it's an 8-win team. You're going to play in the Pop-Tart Bowl or whatever it is at this point, and you might have a 9-win year. But after this performance tonight, I think we can take Michigan out of the college football playoff conversation at this point.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I'm with you. And I do think this is more on Coach Moore than anything. I think you didn't have your team ready, and it is extremely disappointing because even against Wisconsin, I mean, that game was way too close for comfort for most of the game. Like 100%. Yeah, I'm not saying fire's thrown right now, but I'm at that point where I'm pretty fucking close.
Hold on, we got to read this comment from our one and only Neil Rule. Is Bryce generational yet or nah?
Yeah, Neil's probably having a field day right now. Yeah.
Neil, how many feet did Bryce Underwood throw today? How much did Bryce actually throw for? 207, 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Yeah, Bryce Underwood made the big mistake was the interception, and the big mistake was the taking the sack when you were in field goal position. But I don't think even if this offense succeeds in this game, the way that Wink Martindale and this defense came out to play today, they got shredded. They got shredded early and they got shredded often, and it's unacceptable for this Michigan team. I'm hurt right now. After that Tiger game, you see Michigan just get obliterated. Like I said, this should have been a 45-13 game straight up. USC dominated you today, and it's going to be a long season. And Washington you might lose against Washington. You come out and you play like you did today.
They could.
You could go into Michigan State, who blows, and you walk in like you play today. You're not winning many games on the rest of your schedule. You need to turn it around right now, and it starts with Sharon Moore getting his players to actually wake up and play for him. This was an unacceptable performance. I know a couple calls didn't go their way. Not going to blame that because this team, the turnover from Bryce Underwood, not being on the same page with McCauley, unacceptable. You can't have that happen. If you go and lose that ball on a jump ball, it's a different story. But the not being on the same page, again, on the road and not learning from your past mistakes, that's what I want to see get cleaned up moving forward.
To answer your question, Neil, no, Bryce is not generational at this current moment in time. I think he's a fine quarterback. I mean, he's 18 years old. I think he's still fine. I think he's done a good job up to this point for Michigan. Not this generational Trevor Lawrence type quarterback that he was like compared to at this point. What?
I mean, I think we might be being a little bit too harsh on Bryce Underwood. I mean, he is a freshman quarterback. He had some really good moments during this game. Of course, he did have some bad moments, but those are the type of mistakes that you're going to have to take as a Michigan fan that allows him to learn and get better. I mean, you look at that throw he had to Andrew Marsh for the touchdown. That was a great play to make. Like, he made, and some of those throws where he, had to sidearm it, into, between, 3-4 guys, and hit the money on the target. I mean, those are the throws that you see the talent that he flashes, and I feel like you don't want to just, harp on all the negative in a situation like this, because you do have a young team that has the opportunity to get better. Now it's just about, do you have the right leadership in place for them to get better? And for me, when I watch this game, I see the play calling that it was a really struggle for me to see. I don't really see, too many shots downfield. I don't see any creativity. And I know you guys, yes, Michigan's defense, they did let up some pretty bad, plays, but this USC team is good. I don't think, Michigan is, an absolute dumpster fire. This USC team is good. They will end up being ranked at the end of the season, I believe. And I feel like you just got to kind of take, the wins with the losses and not be so
this was
negative.
a terrible performance, no doubt about it. One real quick, Ryan. But the thing for Bryce Underwood is he did make big-time throws in this game. He did when he was asked to rush the ball once. He made a great play rushing the ball. And I do want to say, obviously Neil's trying to have a field day about Michigan losing,
I know he
because
is.
that's what he does. He tries to dunk on Michigan anytime he gets a chance to. Yeah, big loss tonight. Have a Sun Cruiser. Enjoy it. He'll be on the mic tomorrow for the Lions pregame show. Make sure you guys check it out. But, yeah, I thought Bryce Underwood showed up big against Nebraska and Wisconsin. Today, he didn't do so at all in terms of the big spots where he needed to. The big interception and the big two-point conversion where that ball wasn't even close to him. And then the taking the sack. You want to see him grow from it. One thing I want to see, though, is Bryce Underwood get involved early in the run game. I think that's on Sharon Moore and Chip Lindsey to not get him involved in the run game early, because it opens up everything for this Michigan offense. And maybe, just maybe, Justice Haynes being out of this game had a way bigger impact than any of us let on, because he is the star of the Michigan offense right now, and he was out since the first quarter.
Yeah, you hit. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Justice Haynes was out for a while. And, Andrew Marsh, I would say, was the star offensively, just on how the game went. 138 yards and a touchdown for him.
Love that for Andrew Marsh.
If I'm taking a positive, that's my positive, is how well Andrew Marsh played. But, again, offensively, they looked like shit. And where's the comment that I wanted to get to? Austin Pruitt. It took him 6 years to rebuild Michigan. Does anyone remember that? He's referring to Jim Harbaugh. Austin. Jeff, can you put me on a one-shot real quick?
Yes, sir. Guess he has something to get off his chest here.
Yeah, Austin. Buddy. Kurt Cignetti ruined how college football is now built and the timeline of college football now. And that's not a knock on Cignetti. That's not a knock on Indiana. That's just how it happens. With transfer portal, with NIL, with high school recruits, I'm sorry. 6 years to make a program at this point. Jeff, Michigan State, for instance, Jonathan Smith does not have 3 to 4 years anymore to rebuild this anymore.
I want him gone now.
Exactly. The transfer portal and NIL, and I'm sorry, with these freshmen, with this generational quarterback and Bryce Underwood, the price tag, you have to make an immediate impact right away, just based off the price tag. The price tag alone and what schools are spending and what Michigan spent on Bryce Underwood. I don't know the price tag for a guy like Andrew Marsh. I don't know a price tag on anything like that for him. But you have to make an immediate impact right away. It cannot take you 3 to 4 years anymore to rebuild and to build a college football program. It's just not built like that anyway. And Michigan and Sharon Moore does not have time to mess around and waste years on these top recruits, on a guy like Bryce Underwood, who we think is going to be a really good quarterback, and I think he's going to be a really good quarterback down the line. But we do not have time to waste. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, I thought Jeff made a great point earlier before we get out of here as well. this was kind of a must-win game for USC in terms of Lincoln Riley and what he had on the line in this game. You got Michigan coming in. You can finally get a big win as a head coach at USC, and he did that today. And he showed that, all right, I'm still here in college football. You saw that out of Lincoln Riley today. You saw those USC players play inspired. They played up to their competition, and they dominated physically in this game. That's the part that concerns me. Sharon Moore didn't have his guys fired up from the start, and you saw them set the tone early. Seemed like Michigan was playing scared football a little bit, and you saw Lincoln Riley just absolutely dominate in terms of setting the tone in this game. So that's what concerns me. So going into Washington next week, I need to see the tone set early. I need to see Bryce Underwood also run the ball early, open things up for when you maybe hit a play action. Maybe you're not throwing to a wide receiver that has a cornerback draped all over him. You're throwing to him with a couple yards of separation because you're able to establish the run, not just with your running backs, but with your quarterback. I need to see that next week, or else I will be officially turning on Sharon Moore.
I think you're completely right. My thing would just be what I want to see from the defense next week. I think Michigan will be able to, especially at home, and it depends on the health of Justice Haynes, but I think they'll be able to run the football again. I think Bryce Underwood will be able to throw. But in terms of what I want to see next week, it's got to be the defense. The defense has got to figure out that they're going to throw a damn screen all game. And Wink Martindale, you've got to adjust to how the game is being played. After the first drive, I thought, you know what? USC, they did what they were supposed to do. And if I was a quarterback or if I was an offense coordinator or head coach, that's exactly what I would have done offensively against Michigan. But that, what I thought? I was like, you know what? Wink's going to make an adjustment, and it's going to be fine. Wasn't the case. Michigan, Wink, make a damn adjustment. Know when to all-out blitz. Know when to do that. Make adjustments on the fly. Wink did not do that at all. But again, very disappointing night for Michigan, and my expectations have definitely been cut in half at this point.
Yeah, it was playoffs or bust kind of going into tonight, unless you think that they can hang with OSU. Jeff,
Nope.
Any last takeaways and expectations that you obviously don't want to see for the Michigan Wolverines? What do they need to do against Washington in your eyes?
For me, I think versus Washington, Washington is a surprisingly decent team. For me, I feel like this is a time period where you really need to experiment. And when I say experiment, you need to go out there and try to move the ball downfield, throw the ball downfield, try new things, try to get these receivers down the field, really showcase the talent that Bryce Underwood has. Because, if you just keep, trying to run the ball and these short passes, of course, it's not going to work out for you in the long run. So, for me, Michigan just needs to get it together offensively because I feel like their defense, they do have, a pretty good defense. This is a good USC team. 31 points. I understand it looks like a lot, but you know what? This offense for USC is real deal. So, for me, I just want to see Michigan's offense improve against, especially moving forward in the rest of this season.
Well,
amen. Jeff, I agree with you. This is a good USC team. I think you saw that tonight, and you saw an absolute stinker from the Michigan Wolverines. And I will say thank the Lord that these last two games are over with because you guys saw the absolute worst of me. I fucking hate losing. I am not really, it sucks. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Tigers broke my heart. Michigan just put a dagger in it. This team absolutely, they need to bounce back against the Washington Huskies. Up to Sharon Moore, and it's up to Bryce Underwood. If you don't have your superstar running back, it's time to get creative, and Bryce Underwood will have to run the rock a little bit more moving forward. I got to say, Ryan, anything you want to get off your chest before I close this out here?
Michigan, the Tigers, you have hurt me this weekend. Just want to point that out there.
Yep.
Lions, MCDC,
Pick us up.
please please do not make this a horrible weekend that it already is. Please lighten my weekend by winning tomorrow against Kansas City Chiefs. By the way, I just talked to Neil. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Lions pregame show. It'll be me, Sean Baligian, Neil in the morning, 10 a.m. to noon, I believe, is what it'll be. So shout out to you guys. Make sure you guys tap in all day tomorrow. Pregame show, first to the whistle. Like, I don't know what time that is, but
It's 8 a.m.
Yeah, it's in there at some point, and then watch party, postgame, pregame show. I don't even know. Lions all day coverage tomorrow. Everyone will be a part of it. So please make sure you tap in tomorrow all day.
First to the whistle, 8 a.m., I believe. Shout out Jeff once again, pulling up after work.
Shout out Jeff!
Killed it on the TD as always, and I got to say, I was your host, Nicholas Kohloff. Back-to-back losses. I'll take the blame. Don't blame the teams. Just kidding. 100% blame the teams. I'm just here doing my job. Nicholas Kohloff, Ryan Gilinski, Jeff Walker. This was a Michigan watch party. Sadly, we saw a funeral of the Michigan Wolverines playoff hopes. Nicholas Kohloff, Woodward Sports. Thank you guys all for tuning in tonight.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.